Hey, this is Scott Steiner, Big Papa Pump, the Big Bad Booty Daddy, and you listen to IcoPod, the best podcast going today. Holler if you hear me.
And we're back with bonus episode number 12. And this time around, it's the biggest show of the year for World Championship Wrestling, Starrcade 1993. I'm Bob Collins Jr. And with me, as always, on this lovely journey is Austin Skinner. Austin, how you doing?
I'm good.
You needed the delayed response on everything there.
I wanted everybody to think you were frozen.
Nice.
But joke's on them because Bob has stepped his life up big time as of late. So I'm not sure if we mentioned it yet, but Bob has had not only an upgrade in the TV department, but has also had an upgrade in the internet department. You want to tell them about that, Bob?
Oh, yeah, I believe we did mention it on the regular IcoPod series that I got a new router, and I have not encountered any kind of internet outage like I had been dealing with previously. But today, I got a brand spanking new television, and it's currently mounted on my wall. It is a 65-inch Samsung 4K television. So it's like a miniature theater kind of in my living room compared to what I had before, which was like a 42-incher, which I put into my bedroom now. But yeah, so I'll be watching this Starrcade show on this brand spanking new television. Super clear. It's just...
Is it a curved TV, Bob?
It is not.
Oh, for some reason I thought it was a curved TV. I don't know why.
No. I know that curved TVs are like kind of the new coolest thing or whatever.
I don't like them.
Yeah, I don't. They just kind of scare me a little bit. But
yeah,
I got the wall mount where you can like retract it a little bit. You can tilt it to the left, tilt it to the right, down, up, or whatever.
Yeah, no, that's good. I've always been kind of a chicken when it comes to mounting my TV because I feel like I'd never do it right and it would just fall right off the fucking wall.
Yeah, I didn't do it. I paid people to do it. And they got out of here within like 15 minutes. It was a pretty quick experience through Best Buy.
Did they have to like check for studs and shit when they did it or no?
They were like, hitting the wall to see where
kind of
the idea of it.
See me, I would just throw it up there and hope for the best.
Yeah, it's probably not a great idea.
Right.
I will admit though, I am pretty nervous of like, what if it were to collapse down? Like what if it were to fall off?
Well, then you're fucked.
Yeah. But I was like, it's pretty straight, right? And he's like, yeah, the only way that's going to come down is if you tug on these two things, then that's how it will fall. So
I'm like, when he was showing you, it fell. That
would have been horrible. Because I didn't take the insurance on it or anything. That was like $400 extra. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. Plus, it was a birthday present anyway. So it's not like I realistically spent $900 on this. It was originally $1,200, but got it for $9.
Yeah, you want to tell them why you got it for $9, Dick?
Why? What did I do?
Well, I tried crunch on my hot dog here. Basically, Bob has the keen ability, and basically the ball's big enough to go inside an established store like Best Buy. We ain't talking the fucking flea market down the street, right? Best Buy, a corporation, has the gall to walk into that bitch and say, listen, the TV's $1,200. I ain't paying $1,200. I'll give you 9 cash right now. What kind of fucking carny? Who the fuck does that? And not only does that, but succeeds. And the guy's like, yeah, sure, okay. We can do that.
Well, there's multiple things I went with this. Okay. Number one, I told him, I was like, dude, you just told me you're getting 2019s in. This is a 2018. It's priced to move.
Yeah.
Well, it's not moving at 1,200.
Right.
But it'll be moving at 9. And then I was also like, and realistically, how much are you guys? You're missing out on the TV sale, but I'm paying hundreds of dollars for the people that come here to mount it for me.
Right.
And then the stand and the wall mount was $150 in itself.
Wow. So
I would rather not pay $1,700. And then the whole, combined or whatever, it'd come out to be like $1,250
right.
with the TV and all that stuff.
Right.
So I would rather not pay $1,600 to $1,700 for the whole shebang. Why don't I just meet us, like, give me a little bit of a deal here, and we'll go with between 12 and 13 for the whole thing. And we kind of just worked out. I got it from my dad, and I don't think I've ever said this story before, but what is this? Okay. Oh, that's stupid. When I was a kid, I would go to KB Toys at the local Destiny Mall here.
Yeah, that's a throwback, KB Toys.
Yeah. And I would always go in there and I would want an action figure, a wrestling action figure. Every time I would go in there, I'd be with my dad or mom or whatever, and I'd be like, can I get a figure? And more times than not, no problem. It's like $15 or whatever.
Yeah.
We'll get you one if it will shut you up. So like I built up a pretty good collection. Well, one time I go there with my dad. I think it was just my dad and I. And I'm like, Dad, I really want this Ken Shamrock wrestling figure. So it's probably like 98, 99. Probably 98. Because 98 I was pretty big into Ken Shamrock. And he was like, well, how much is it? And I think this one was like $20. Something like that.
Ooh, okay.
And he was just like, you know what? He's like, Bob, I'm not going to pay 20. And I was like, okay. But then he was like, watch this. And I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm going to get it lower and we're going to get it. And I'm like, no, don't do that. Like, if you don't want, if I can't get it, like, don't worry about it. He's like, no, Bob. You see, it was like a life lesson. He was like, they're trying to sell stuff here.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to want to sell it to me for 10 instead of not getting anything for it. And I was just like, you're really smart. So, but what the funny part is, like, he goes up there and I'll never forget it. It had to have been like a 17-year-old kid who had not been there very long.
Yeah.
And my dad is at the counter and leans forward and he's like, so this is a $20 figure. And the kid's like, yeah, it is, sir. And he's like, I'll get it for 10. And the kid was just like, what? He's like, I will give you $10 for this action figure, or my son and I will just walk out the door. So I guess it's up to you. Do you want a $10 sale? Or do you want nothing? And the kid was just like, he just looked at like whoever was next to him and was just like, oh, okay. And then I got it for $10.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Dude, that doesn't happen.
I think you have to try to do that. Like, I should have done that with my bed, which I paid $6,000 for. But I should have been like, I'll do it for $4,600 or something. But instead, I was just like, whatever, I'll take the whole bet. But yeah, dude, I think his logic was like, that price is a suggested price. It's not. It doesn't have to be $20.
Well, and don't forget, anything you see on the store shelf is not what that store paid for that particular item. No. A lot of the time, like, for example, I know of an item where I've worked before that was made and shipped in for 25 cents, and we sold it for $5. So that is every item you see in every store. That's how it is.
Right. And if people are kind of confused, if you ever see the show Shark Tank and people go on there with their businesses, and let's say they're making sleeping bags or something,
Yeah.
they'll tell you, okay, well, how much does it cost you to make? $3. What do you sell it for? $17.99. So that, $12 or $13 is just pure profit.
Yeah, no, it's an inflation. That's how that thing works.
Yeah.
But again, for somebody to go into an established, that'd be like me going into Walmart, right?
Yeah.
Seeing a TV I like for $300 and saying, "Hey, I'll give you $200 for it," and then being like, "Okay, done."
You'd be surprised.
That's fucking insane.
You got to find the right people. I think the only reason why it worked with my dad in that situation was because it was a young kid. I for sure remember it was not.
So
like
he
a
like bullied
seasoned-
his way of getting the.
kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, but I'm looking forward to enjoying this television for many, many years because realistically, I might not get another TV. Certainly not this big. If this were to ever burn out on me or whatever, but
Oh yeah.
this is going to be my last television purchase for hopefully dozens of years. So,
well, I'll tell you what. Just really quick before we get into this episode here, I have a 55-inch LG 4K TV. I love it.
do you have it mounted?
I don't have it mounted. I love it. I don't plan on getting rid of it. I think once you hit that threshold of like 50 and up, you really don't need to be going out and buying any more big TVs like that. No. So I'm right there with you, Bob. I'm the big TV guy as well. I know you're a predominantly Samsung guy. I'm a big LG guy. So yes, I'm very happy for you and a little bit jealous since yours is a little bit bigger than mine.
I've always been a Samsung. Or
the TVs, I mean.
Right, TVs, televisions, not anything.
Right.
Anything else. I've always been Samsung or Vizio. So right now I have the Samsung right here in my living room, and then I have my previous television that was in my living room in my bedroom.
Right.
So I'm just full of electronics all over the place.
Electronic goodness. And speaking of goodness, that brings us to December 27th, 1993 for the annual WCW Starrcade event. Now, we are both sitting on 00 right now, so that is where our play queue is. And really quick, just because I am doing it on my computer this time around, I do have a brief synopsis, not the full one that you'd probably see on the Watch Now page, but Bob has nothing, just the video. So really quick to kind of go through that. Again, we are on the WWE Network. You go to WCW, you go to pay-per-views, Starrcade 1993. That's where we're at. So the brief thing they give us here is Ric Flair battles Vader for the WCW title. Steve Austin faces Dustin Rhodes for the United States title. And that would be a 2 out of 3 falls match. This is rated TV PG. So I'm sure we're going to see much, much more than that. I actually told Bob off air I've recently watched this pay-per-view probably in the last month or so, more or less as background noise, I think. But I definitely have put it on very recently. Bob, when's the last time you think you've watched this pay-per-view?
Man, this is probably a Starrcade that I do not ever watch. It's probably been 15 years.
Wow.
For sure.
Wow.
I don't know why, but it's not one that I think I've watched Starrcade 94 more than I've watched 93. Sure.
Well, 93 is kind of one that gets shuffled in the mix. There's really nothing. I don't want to downplay it, but there's nothing monumental. It's definitely.
Well, I think the Flair Vader, and when we'll get to it, we'll probably talk about it more. But the Flair Vader stuff, I think, is kind of monumental just for Flair.
Sure.
In the context of like, oh, my career's on the line or whatever. But what's really funny, a couple of things before we actually get into the show, is I'm pretty sure the other pay-per-views were TV 14, weren't they?
I thought so too, which is why I kind of wanted to make sure I noted it.
Yeah.
Because I could have sworn the WCW ones, we were always super excited. He's like, oh, TV 14.
Yeah. So that's a weird thing.
Yeah, but I want to say I remember hearing that around this time period, they kind of had the hammer drop down of the blood situation and kind of trying to sway away from that. And I thought it was like late 93, early 94-ish time. Could be wrong on that. I'm not sure. I want to say I just heard it on Bischoff's podcast about a show.
I think that's late 94.
Late 94.
Yeah, because I know there's a couple pay-per-views like Slamboree 94, Spring Stampede 94, that there's some usage of blood noticeable. Okay. So I think that's late 94 when Hogan's in town and things like that.
Yeah, it could be. Definitely could be. Yeah.
Just a quick thing here, though. Do you know what the original main event for Starrcade of this year was supposed to be?
I do not.
It was supposed to be Sid against Vader. But then Sid, as many fans will know, proceeded to stab Arn Anderson repeatedly
with scissors.
In a hotel in England. Yeah, with scissors. He was promptly fired. So Halloween Havoc 93, that match with Sting will be the last time we see Sid until he arrives in the WWF in early 95. So unfortunately in 94, there's no Sid Vicious unless I were to track down a softball game or something and we were to watch him play a 7-inning softball game. But
interesting.
Yeah,
interesting.
That's what I know about.
Well, that kind of sucks because I know, at least for me, Sid was one of my more preferred guys watching these WCW pay-per-views. Again, his look and just whole presentation, the power bomb, 10 out of 10, I would say. Everything other than that's lacking a little bit, but he was definitely a highlight for me on these shows. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I would be very interested to see how a Sid Vader match would work in the main event of a Starrcade. Not quite sure about that one, so I'm not necessarily upset that Flair was given the honor, let's say. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. Like I said, I watched it not too long ago. I'm not really sure why I sought it out. Again, I think it was one of those things where just kind of put it on for the heck of it. Didn't even think of the podcast because who thinks of the IcoPod podcast anyway?
Wow.
Yeah. So
I do. I actually avoid watching pay-per-views that I know that we will talk about later.
Well, you're a dork.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I will not watch anything like 95 or 94 in my free time because I know we're going to get to it later on, potentially.
No, yeah, I can't say that I've actually, honestly, lately for me, man, watching wrestling just in general has kind of taken a little bit of a downturn. I feel like I never have time, first of all. But when I do, I'm the same way as you. I'll try to avoid stuff that's even around this time period. Although I have a weakness for WCW, so it's much, much harder for me to do that. But for example, like I wouldn't go out of my way to watch, SummerSlam 94 right now.
I was just going to use it as an example, just because we know that we have to write notes on it. So why watch it freely?
Right.
In 4 months or whatever, rewatch it again, but I have to write notes.
Right. And I like to be as fresh as I can be when it comes to like my viewings. So,
all right. So I got my screen ready. You got your screen ready. I'm hoping that at this point, everybody's got their screen ready. The time for the show is 2 hours, 48 minutes and 50 seconds. I will count down from 5. I'll hit X on my controller or whatever, and then I'm going to run real quick to get some Excedrin migraine headache because I can already feel a headache coming on. So I'm sure Austin can describe the little opening video or whatever, and I will be running right back here. Hopefully I don't trip and fall, or hopefully the TV doesn't collapse on me because again it's mounted on a wall.
Hopefully not.
All right, so here we go. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go.
All right, so we're opening up with some baby pictures here. I have no idea who the fuck these kids are. It's black and white, blowing out birthday candles, sitting on dad's lap. He's in a cowboy outfit, karate pose. Looks like Ric Flair. We're into his teenage years. He's got his football gear on. Oh, yeah, definitely Ric Flair. Promoter, 3 wrestlers injured in plane crash. Oh, so they're even kind of recapping that. So they're really playing up the old Ric Flair career on the line thing. They're showing his NWA win against Harley Race in a cage match here. Terry Funk, Steamboat, all these different guys, all these guys he's faced over the years. Some nice shots of his entrance, and in comes Vader's mastodon head as he's killing everybody and clotheslining, punching people, and slamming them down their fucking neck.
Oh, that guy just landed right on his head, too.
Yeah, they're showing every devastating thing Vader's ever done here. And all leading up to the 10th anniversary, WCW Starrcade 93, cue the pyro, and here we are, Charlotte, North Carolina, which I happened to be at this, almost this time. I was born in 94. We were in Charlotte by 95. So, getting there. Pretty close.
Well, I mean, so where was your dad in 93?
They were in New York.
So you were in New York in 93 because you were again in your dad's ball sack. So
yes, yep. So I was freezing in my nutsack home right at this very time. Speaking of nutsack, we got Jesse Ventura on commentary, followed by Tony Schiavone.
I'm kind of bummed out that Schiavone's not dressed as Ventura.
I'm kind of bummed out that Ventura's not dressed up like Ventura.
I know he's in a suit.
Yeah, he's dressed up like Tony this week. Oh, this pay-per-view. So these guys are jaw-jacking here.
It's probably for the 10th anniversary thing.
Oh, yeah. And I feel like, are we going to see a legend that they're going to interview or something like that, too? I feel like they're going to.
Yeah, they probably will.
All right, we got some hoopty pulling into the parking lot here. Fuck, is this a Toyota Sebring?
It's like a casual, it's like a regular car.
Yeah.
Is Ric Flair just driving his own car? With his family?
Let's see.
Who's that?
Vader's coming out of the passenger seat. Harley Race was driving. Vader's got his Ribera jacket on. What a fucking mark. It's like, yeah, I just ate some steaks. Harley's like, here, these are my cigarettes. Carry these in, Vader.
I don't know why I find it so funny that Harley Race drove Vader to Starrcade 93.
And Vader's in full gear. Like, how did they not get pulled over?
Yeah.
What the fuck's going on here?
He's working out.
Oh, they're in the ring doing some stretches.
Am I ahead of you again or no?
We shouldn't be.
All right. So he is working out and everything?
Yeah.
Jabbing?
Okay. Harley Race looks like Sid Vicious circa 80 years old.
He shrunk a little bit.
Yeah. Vader's hitting the ropes. Pretty quick for a big mastodon. A big Van Vader. I feel like they're running out of stuff to do here. They're like, okay.
Yeah, he's doing the same jabs. He's gonna break Harley Race's hands, I think, with these clubbing blows.
Probably. Tony's like, all right, if I was fighting Vader, I would fucking quit. I don't know about you, Jesse. What would you do? Well, let me tell you something. My hair's ugly. All right, Jess, thanks for the insight there. We're going to throw it back to the backstage area with our next interview, and here we go. Go ahead.
Do you think Austin? Oh, wait a minute. We're going to the home. Mean Gene. Look at David Flair. Well, I hate being here, Dad. You're never home.
What the?
When you are home, you just leave again. This sucks.
Whose model home is this?
Is that Charlotte?
The little girl? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's Reed.
They're hugging his daddy. Oh, bye, Dad. Don't let Vader kill you.
We only see you for 7 minutes, so then you gotta go back. Me and Gene's like, all right, well.
Gene's like, Rick, the hookers are in the car. We gotta go.
Rick probably walked in on Gene banging his wife.
Probably.
That's why he's like, I gotta go. And then David Flair looks like the preppy kid from a movie where it's like, I hate you, Dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like Jumanji. The original Jumanji, that kid, like the preppy kid or whatever.
Yeah.
And his dad is just like ashamed of him or whatever.
Right.
For getting beat up. All right. So which wife is this? Is this number one or?
I don't know, dude. Pick a hand.
Oh, they're gonna make out.
She's like, oh, Rick, I'm so hot for you. Don't leave. You got time for one quick bang session? Kids, go upstairs.
Rick, I'm pregnant.
It's not mine, baby. Woo!
I know it's not yours. It's Marcus Alexander Bagwell's. What?
It's the kid standing behind me. It's been a long time since we've seen you, Rick.
Yeah. So this is just weird because they're making it seem very emotional.
It's like he's going to his own funeral.
Yeah. But I don't know if the angle justifies it because this is like a last minute switch.
Yeah. I'm sure at the time people were kind of like, oh, okay, well. Mean Gene looks disgusted with the whole thing.
He's walking with his head down, heartburn or something. He just grabbed his chest. Maybe Gene was having a heart attack.
Right.
So Flair gets limo treatment while Vader's in a rental car with Harley Race.
Tight as fuck, fucking barely fitting in the car.
You would have thought that Vader was the WCW World Champion.
Right.
At the time.
Right. So these two are just talking in the back of the limo. Mean Gene's like, yeah, well, your wife was great last night, Rick.
I wish I knew, Gene, but I'm never home. I always got like 40 or 50 other girls on the road, and I don't have to wear a rubber with them because they don't care. Oh, wow. Gene's like, wow, that must be nice, man. Yeah, it is. I got a bunch of bumps on my penis, though, but, it's just how it goes. Yeah, that sucks, Rick. All right. Well, you don't have that problem, Gene, because my wife's clean. Thanks, man.
And they shake hands. Perfect. So we're back in the arena here.
Yeah.
After that little outside segment, we're getting some light flashes. I assume we're starting our first matchup here.
Fuck yeah.
Son of a bitch. Look who's in their Halloween Havoc gear. Yes, you guessed it. Too Cold Scorpio, Marcus Bagwell. Scorpio saying, you said something. I'm going to say something about your wife on an airplane, bitch. And they're jogging to the ring here. Who's that in the background, Teddy?
That's Teddy Long, yeah.
Okay.
Some interesting people in the crowd.
Fans are hype.
Interesting people. All right, so who are these guys going to face? Maybe the Nasty Boys, maybe? No.
Better be Shanghai Pierce, or I'm going to be pissed.
Who's the guy in the ring with the award?
I don't know.
Did they win something?
Oh, Tag Team of the Year, Rookie of the Year. Was this the year they won it? Might have been Tag Team of the Year, man.
Are you shitting me?
No, they won it in one of these years.
Bagwell and Scorpio?
Yeah.
Or is it for Teddy? Is Teddy Manager of the Year?
No, I think it's the tag team, man. I think they were voted Tag Team of the Year or something.
No, it is Teddy. 93 Hotline Fan Poll Manager of the Year.
Well, I know that Scorpio and Bagwell won it one year. I know they. Oh, you know what? I think it was 92.
How would they have won in 92? They didn't even team.
I feel like I just listened to fucking Bagwell on YouTube talk about this.
Bagwell doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about.
Oh, that's probably fair then.
He still thinks that he could be a main event guy for WWE today.
Well, I feel like
the WWE is crazy for not hiring him.
Well, isn't that one of the reasons why Bagwell's so heard about Scorpio, that he turned his back on him because they were like voted Tag Team of the Year one year? That's what he said.
I don't know about that. They are facing Paul Roma and Paul Orndorff with
I'm looking it up, you bitch.
I was hoping you would. So you might be wondering, listeners, and maybe even Austin, why is Paul Orndorff teaming with Paul Roma? Isn't Paul Roma part of the Horsemen? Well, he is not. Paul Roma's association with the Horsemen lasted a very short time. They are going right at it here to start off. That's a do-rag. Okay, I was going to say Scorpio has a weird hair, but that's his do-rag. I believe they're being called Pretty Wonderful. And if they're not yet, they will be very soon. Roma just got tossed to the floor with a drop kick. And here comes Orndorff with a double hip toss. And, well, that was interesting. Scorpio just did an assisted standing moonsault onto Orndorff. Some unique offense to kickstart this show. The crowd doesn't seem all that interested, though. with Scorpio. I'm trying to fire him up, and they're just like, "You're not Ric Flair," so they don't care. I think I've been reviewing some WCW from '92 now that you brought it up, and I think Bagwell is actually growing on me.
Fuck Bagwell.
Yeah, I know. I liked him as Buff, and then I always used to be annoyed by him when he was as Marcus Alexander Bagwell. But comparing him to, let's say, an Eric Watts, he's actually not that bad. You may be wondering, why did I say Eric Watts? Well, he was on television quite a bit in '92.
Nah.
To the point that it was very frustrating and annoying. All right. Have you found out yet about the award yet, or are you just twirling your thumbs?
Guess what award he won in 2001 according to the Wrestling Observer newsletter?
For Buff?
Yeah.
Worst wrestler.
Most embarrassing.
Oh. Yeah, I can't say that surprises me. Most embarrassing. That's worse than like the worst one.
Yeah.
Because worst at least makes you seem like you have talent. You're just not good. Embarrassing is like, how do you have a job?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. What I'm seeing here is he's been 5-time WCW Tag Team Champion.
Right.
With Too Cold Scorpio.
Well, it wasn't just with Too Cold. He won with Scorpio, Patriot. Scorpio, Patriot. Oh my God, I can figure this out. Scorpio, Patriot, Scotty Riggs, Shane Douglas.
Mm-hmm.
There's got to be another one. Unless it was twice with one of them.
Oh.
Was it twice with Riggs?
Nope.
Twice with... Well, it wouldn't have been Douglas.
Patriot.
Oh, okay.
So yes, I do not see anything about them winning awards. So literally, Bagwell made it up.
Yeah.
Because I shit you not. I listened to a 5-minute little shoot clip on YouTube yesterday where he says that he won Tag Team of the Year with Scorpio.
Yeah, no, he's. I think he's like Virgil, where Virgil thinks he main evented WrestleMania 1,900 times.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's good. That's annoying as fuck. Why do people do that? Are you shitting me, Bagwell?
What, they just lie?
Yeah. And if I would have never checked, I would have just bought it. Like, oh yeah, that happened. I did buy it. I said it at the beginning of the fucking show.
Right. Well, that's what people do. They got to promote themselves. Like Lex Luger. I'm an former NFL player. I did all these things. You can say whatever you want.
Well, yeah, that's fair. All right. Speaking of fair here, Scorpio's getting a fair amount of his ass kicked by, I believe it's Paul Orndorff in the ring right now. Correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Paul Roma and Paul Orndorff. It's Paul squared.
Paul squared.
Yeah.
There you go. That's better than their team name of Pretty Wonderful. Why did he just do a flip and then just went back to his stomach for a leapfrog?
He and Bagwell smoked some marijuana before this match.
That doesn't make any sense to me. Why they would do that?
I don't know what's happening. He's choking him with his legs. He's got his leg up in the air. It was like a pin submission here by Scorpio.
He has a head scissors and an arm bar.
I don't know, man. I think he's making shit up.
But Orndorff is not about to quit. Here comes Bagwell and splashes down. I should do it. 1, 2, and 3. No,
Splash down on his kneecaps.
He did. This is actually a good thing for Bagwell because he's not the worst worker in this match.
Correct.
Which is a rarity for Bagwell. That would go to Paul Roma, who has just entered the ring.
who just got tagged in. I'm really pissed off that Bagwell lied about that.
Well, you should get in contact with him and be like, hey, man, don't lie.
I'll book him out for his gigolo service.
Did he was he trying to say, was it like for like WCW magazine or something?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he said tag team of the year. Voted tag team of the year.
With Too Cold.
With Too Cold Scorpio.
If I had to guess, it might have, I'll maybe even try to look it up here. It would have had to have been for WCW magazine.
Yeah, because it's nowhere on his accomplishments. So it had to be a gimmick.
Yeah. No, that's not.
You got a near fall here by Scorpio. Gets Roma right in the face with an elbow.
Yeah, it's been some pretty basic.
Yeah, especially for Scorpio.
Well, he's had a couple of like good moments here, but not a whole lot to enjoy.
It's been very mat based.
Wow. Okay, this is gonna take me forever. I don't know. Oh, because I'm pretty sure I have this magazine, but I don't want to run off and try to find it. Because God knows Austin wouldn't be able to fill the airtime for me to go do that. So,
can you quiet down? I'm trying to sleep.
Wow, thanks a lot, man. It's fucked up.
Yeah, the action in this one's been.
I really want to find out though. God damn it.
Pretty still.
Should I
get it?
Run and find it?
Yeah, we're live, pal.
Okay. All right, guys. I'll be right back. I'll read off the entire, because it's gonna be for 93. So I'll go and run off and get it. If I miss anything fun, let me know.
Okay.
I need to go find it.
Fucking A, at least that guy's gone now. Now we can have some real goddamn fun on this show. Speaking of fun, we're getting a fun little spot of Bagwell jumping up on Mr. Wonderful's back, choking him out with a sleeper hold. We're getting some fuckery here, though. Paul Roma comes off the top of the forearm right on Bagwell's back, right behind the ref's back. And he smells something is up. He's asking Orndorff if they tagged. He's saying, oh, fuck shit, yeah, we did. Ref's kicking Scorpio out of the ring. Absolutely not. You're not tagged in. Bagwell's getting backdropped to shit. There's another backbreaker for him as well. Fuck Paul Roma, man. His nose looks like a hawk nose. And he just drops him down. Paul Roma backing up into the corner. We get a big elbow drop right down on Bagwell here for a near fall. I don't know. I can't decide if I like Bagwell and Scorpio or not. I want to like them with every fiber of my being, but I dislike Bagwell so much and like Scorpio so much that they just come out even, and I kind of don't care. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. We've talked about, me and Bob have talked about before. Definitely a fan of Mr. Wonderful. Think he's underrated as a talent. Maybe not necessarily in the ring, but as a character, as a personality, definitely underrated. And basically, Paul Roma can bite my ass through a straw. So here we go here. He's back in the ring. And we're getting Irish whip to the ropes. Bagwell's really getting the shit beat out of him here. Another power slam. Scorpio needs to get that hot tag. Roma's up to the top. And a horrible splash that thank God he missed, because that would have just been shitty as hell.
All right. Well, I got bad news.
Okay, what's your bad news, Bob?
And I don't have that magazine.
Nice. Thanks for the hype up for nothing.
Yeah. That I almost didn't want to come back on because I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
I'm going to look on eBay and see if it's available, and then maybe I'll get it by the end of the episode.
Like delivered to your house?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, by the time this shit's over.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah, by the time this is over, I'm not gonna get it. But it is available on eBay for $10, which isn't bad. But the shipping is $17.93
Why?
from the United Kingdom. Holy fuck, man!
Sounds about right.
Just a buzzkill. I could have sworn I had this magazine.
Scorpio laying some punches in as Bagwell and Roma battle on the outside of the ring, simultaneously with the action inside of the ring.
Oh my god! Actually, the shipping American would be 1936.
So yeah, you can tell them to fuck right off.
Yeah, that is freaking brutal. Holy moly! There's got to be a way to find out. Like, come on.
We just got some fuckery here. Yep.
I wasn't even paying attention.
We just got a screwed finish. The masked guy, masked assassin, just passed something to Orndorff to hit Scorpio with to get the 3 count.
Oh, is it the freaking brass knucks again?
Maybe. Yeah, definitely could be. Oh, we're getting a replay here. Yes, so it looks.
He did it again.
Yeah, it looks like. Oh, maybe not brass knucks.
No, it's like a metal. Because he did this to Steamboat, I think, didn't he? At Havoc there.
Yeah.
He like headbutts him with like a metal object in his mask.
That's exactly what happened. See, I didn't see it from that vantage point. It looked like he just slipped him something,
right.
But he did in fact headbutt Scorpio with the metal in his mask.
Now, just to show you my amount of effort here, I'm going through a German magazine.
Okay.
That will hopefully tell me the awards that they gave out, but it's not really doing that. Oh, no. Maybe this is not the magazine.
Well, as Bob Spreckens die Deutsch, we're back with Ric Flair.
Ridiculous.
And Gene.
How is this difficult?
They're in the limo. I'm pretty sure Gene's explaining the veins in his penis to Ric Flair.
They're still in the limo? God,
yeah. Yeah, they're driving from Timbuktu to Charlotte, North Carolina.
That sounds about right.
So here they come. Gene in a full tuxedo. Of course. It looks like they're being pulled over by the police.
Or they're being escorted to the arena.
Probably pulled over.
It would be funnier if they were, yeah. I guess you're right.
Either that or it's the Lex Express trying to budge its way by. One of the two. So. Yeah, they're just they're shooting the shit. They're on the road here. Nate is sitting in the king's chair. You know, Roddy Piper would be pissed.
Hot Rod.
Yeah. They're just shooting the fucking breeze here.
I'm about to spend the next 2.5 hours figuring out who fucking won these awards.
Dude, I'm telling you right
we need to know. Like, this is not something to mess with. You can't just blatantly lie.
I'm telling you right now he said that.
No, I know. I believe that you're saying that he said that, but I want to, like, if he's true, if it's true, to have some kind of documentation here. I really am, like, almost contemplating the idea of buying a magazine.
Just to find out.
Well, no.
Well, is it not typed up anywhere?
That's what I'm amazed by, because, I do magazine
reviews
and stuff like that. I'm surprised no one's done this.
I blame it on Ric Flair and Gene, who was just touching Ric Flair's knee.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I would have thought that at the very least, it would be like in a description. Because you go to, like, for instance, High Spot sells it, and it has a list of awards that were given, just not to who they were given to.
Right.
That's a bummer.
How much is High Spot selling it for?
Probably not $19 or whatever. $14.99.
Nice.
I might as well get it from fucking High Spots.
Yeah.
What other magazines these motherfuckers got for WCW? I love WCW magazines.
All right, here we go. We're back in the arena finally
Shouldn't be
after the
spending so
jaw
much money.
jacking.
I don't have that many.
Big old fat asses in masks.
Oh, like $15.
Who the fuck are these guys?
Well, High Spots is probably going to be getting about $45 from me. Just
Awesome Kong with King Kong. Oh, dear fuck. Why is this on the Starrcade pay-per-view?
Real question is why not?
I can only imagine the team that they'll be squaring off against.
Well,
So
I
just
don't think this is a tag team match. I think it's a singles, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, he's with him. He's not. Yes,
he's
you're
with
right. Yeah, so it is a singles match. These guys look like they have throw blankets on for coats with just black basic mat. Oh, no. Shockmaster.
Winner, chicken dinner. So I think I might have figured out a way to find out if Bagwell lied or not.
Okay.
And it's probably something I should have noticed right from the jump. So
Well,
on the... Is there any way for me to make it... God damn it. All right, so...
these fucking guys are double teaming him here.
I'm not even paying attention to this show anymore. On the magazine cover...
Yes.
Oh, he just got double split. Well, that should have hurt his buddy too. Anyway, it's the year in review, obviously, and there's 5 guys on the cover, which is Ric Flair, Vader, Rick Rude, and Bagwell and Scorpio. So I'm assuming, I think it's reasonable doubt to say that Bagwell and Scorpio were in fact tag team of the year for WCW magazine.
Okay.
Because they're the only tag team on the cover.
So it was basically they won a gimmick award.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's pushing that off as like a big deal.
I am for sure buying that magazine though, because number one, that should be known to everybody. And I'm a guy that collects magazines like an idiot, so I should do that.
Yes. Correct.
Seems only suitable.
Correct.
I can have to get a few other ones too, because I don't think I have a couple of these. So you're welcome, highspots.com. I like High Spots, so I don't mind supporting them.
Well, we just got a high spot because Shockmaster just hit a running crossbody on big old fat guy.
Yeah. It's a good thing now that I can focus on this show in time for Shockmaster against King Kong. He just power slams him. Oh, that's it. What the fuck did this guy do?
His partner just splashed his other partner.
Yeah, so Shockmaster just pinned him, and then his partner came in 3 seconds after Shockmaster already got up and then splashed his partner.
And acted like, what? How'd you move that
How did
quick?
that happen? Yeah, horribly mistimed.
Boy, that was, thank God,
was
it was
pretty brutal.
23 seconds of a match.
Yeah.
We got the slam heard round the world. Look at that. Boom.
That's a bigger slam than Hogan on Andre.
1, 2, 3. Shockmaster comes off of the pin.
And notice how they cut away before showing the replay of it.
Right.
Because even by WCW standards, that was pretty bad.
Right. So we're back in commentary table. Tony's like, wow, that was embarrassing, Jess. What a match there. What a cluster. What did you think? Let's hear it. What would you have done in that match? And he's just perplexed. He has nothing to say.
Yeah, he doesn't want to waste his breath on a King Kong Shockmaster singles match. He's actually like readjusting himself. He's so offended. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah. He's trying to get the smell of shit away from them.
Yeah.
Tony is looking pretty sharp here in his tuxedo attire. Jesse's still got the little fucking roadkill on the back of his head.
Yeah, I'm not liking that.
Not a good look at all.
No.
Definitely dyed. We're definitely in the dyeing stage of beard and hair.
Well,
Jesse.
you know, that takes a conscious effort to do that.
Yeah.
Like you have to shave your head, but you're just like, no, leave a tail. on the back of my head.
Yeah.
Well, here comes the police. Ric Flair's probably, I think he's fleeing the police probably at this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Big Boss Man's debut.
Oh.
So be ready. Or should I say the boss?
The boss.
Yeah.
Doug Dillinger is just hanging out in the parking lot. Confused. Oh shit, camera's there. Okay, let me walk off.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Let me direct to the police because they probably don't know where they're going. Yep. You just go
Did
right
Ric Flair really need a police escort though?
Probably not.
No.
I mean, it is. I mean, sure, it is Charlotte, but is he going to get killed going into Starrcade? I don't understand.
No.
Or was he just running super late and they're like, we'll clear the traffic. You got to get there before 10 o'clock.
He was pulling a Bret Hart, showing up fucking an hour late.
That's ridiculous.
So Flair's getting out of the limo here. It looks like they're pulling something out of the trunk, probably his gear bag. Gene's with him. He's getting escorted. It looks kind of like a Goldberg entrance with all these cops around here. If I was Flair, I'd be sick of Gene. Like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to have the volume up, there's probably better context to it, but just watching it on mute, I'm annoyed with Mean Gene.
Yeah.
Leave the guy alone. He's about to get murdered by Big Van Vader. I don't think he wants to talk to some reporter guy. All right. Well, here's Ricky Steamboat, who looks lost. He just kind of looked like, what the hell am I? Oh, yeah, that's right. I have to wrestle. Where's his flame stuff? He doesn't have a stick.
Oh, yeah. He's got his red gear on, though, tonight. So
he has his arms up like, yeah, man, I've been taking that steroids. My arms are big now. And it's like he doesn't know what to do with his arms.
And you know, all he's thinking is, see, honey, I am at work. I told you.
He is shredded.
Yeah.
Has he always been this like physically fit?
The arms are looking a little big.
Yeah, but like even his torso is like he's looking to be like, I want to be world champ again.
Yeah.
He's for sure looking bigger, even compared to Havoc, I think.
It's the big show, man. Starrcade.
Yes. Let's
Big
see.
show.
Who is Ricky Steamboat battling tonight? Because I don't remember the card aside from really the main event. And I had looked at this last week to tell you that one of these matches was
shit.
Oh, yeah, here we go. WCW Television Champion Lord Steven Regal with Sir William, also known as Bill Dundee. This is a rematch, actually, from Fall Brawl, where Regal won the belt. Or championship, however you want to say it.
Where the mountain. na, na, na.
Oh, yeah. That's good. I want to point out, too, with this, there's a cop saying, hey, don't have too much fun, all right? Just chill. The crowd looks to be pretty full compared to previous pay-per-views.
Yes, it does.
I would have to think Charlotte plays a huge part.
Sure.
Into that. So.
Sure.
But that's kind of good to see that. As we head into 94 for WCW, I'm telling you, those are some pay-per-views that I thoroughly enjoy.
Yes.
So that will be a lot of fun to live watch those ones. And then as we get into 95, we're going to want to blow our brains out because some of those are atrocious, but we'll probably be laughing and shitting on it the entire time.
Well, you know. Yeah, WCW 94 is one of my favorite years for them, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yep, for sure.
Steamboat thinks he's already won. It's not a body competition, Steamboat. If it were, he for sure would win over Regal, but Nick Patrick's reminding him, hey, man, no, you got to wrestle, remember? And he's like, oh, yeah.
Shit, I forgot.
Yeah. Not to say that Regal isn't a slouch with his physique, but he's definitely not freaking jacked like Ricky Steamboat is. Come on, back this guy up. Come on. He's all oiled up. I don't like it.
Well, one match that just
spray tan.
Well, one pay-per-view, I should say, that just jumps right off the top of the old head for 1994. Can you guess which one I'm thinking?
I'm going to go Spring Stampede 94.
Incorrect.
Ooh, all right, hang on a minute. Bash at the Beach?
Yes.
That was my side. For me, I think Spring Stampede 94 is like my go-to.
Okay.
But Bash at the Beach 94 is a good one too.
Yes.
Like I said, there's, like people will have like a trilogy, like a trilogy of pay-per-views that you have to check out.
Yeah.
I think for like WCW, Spring Stampede, Slamboree, and Bash at the Beach 94 are like really good shows.
I agree.
Similar to like with WWF, if you look at Royal Rumble 2001, No Way Out, and then WrestleMania 17, like that's a fabulous trifecta, so to speak.
Yes, and really the only reason I think of Bash at the Beach that it jumps right out is, of course, Hogan versus Ric Flair.
Sure.
So,
and I think that's really the pay-per-view that, in a fan's eyes, kind of solidifies WCW as competition because they have
legit.
Hogan.
Yeah, as legit for sure.
Because I think we could agree, for the most part, that WCW's in-ring is superior to WWF's.
Correct.
But WWF certainly has the stars. And when you get arguably, not arguably, the biggest star to go along with the better in-ring wrestling, it kind of catapults you up. So
yes, I agree.
That'll be, I'm telling you, like the 94 WCW, I might be more excited for those live watches than anything that we watch WWF wise.
Yeah,
honestly.
and it's funny because for me, I think there's just as many gems, like match quality wise, in early 90s WCW as there is in late 90s WCW. Personally,
I think there's more.
Yeah. But when it comes to storyline, character development, memorable characters, of course, I think you have to go later on.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as in-ring stuff, they're pretty hard to compete, I would say.
I don't know if you just saw that, but Ricky Steamboat tried to like tug on the top rope to loosen up his left arm that Regal worked on, and he almost fell over. And he played it off as if his arm was too weak.
I saw the gimmick of, oh, my arm wasn't feeling good.
Yeah. It's because he almost toppled over. That was pretty funny.
So
this is going to be probably a slow match, similar to their Fall Brawl one.
yeah, and it's funny because I was just thinking about it. So we get a William Regal title defense here. Bagwell and Scorpio open the show. This is just like almost any other pay-per-view you're going to see in 1993.
Literally the same format.
Yeah.
Which kind of blows my mind.
Well, it just takes away from the specialness of the show, I think.
I mean, yeah, it's Starrcade.
Right.
I'm not saying that Regal shouldn't be on it.
No, but switch it up. Switch up the formula a little bit,
Yeah.
Get a big arm ringer there for,
because like if you were to go to, let's say, Super Brawl 4 after this show, you're probably thinking, well, who's Bagwell and Scorpio going to face? Regal's going to defend against somebody.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you're not wondering compared to Attitude Era or whatever. You're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to see.
Right. They told us one match. The rest are a fucking mystery.
Yeah. Well, you know what? WCW would do that in the late 90s. They would actually tell you the matches on the pay-per-view because they wouldn't announce anything on television.
Right.
Because I think Bischoff thought it was a waste of time to kind of promote them because like people are either going to buy them or not. Because I remember like Sold Out 2000. I remember it was like 8 minutes of them just running down the card. It's like you would think people would know what they're buying, but they didn't because no one promoted it.
Right.
The matches on it. Super slow start here. Neither one really getting any clear advantage.
Not a big fan of Steamboat's yellow boots here. Kind of reminds me of a little Hogan, maybe. The red and yellow.
Maybe he's trying to tease a feud with Hogan.
Foreshadowing.
I wear the better yellow boots there, Hogan.
You're stealing my colors, brother.
Could you imagine a Ricky Steamboat Hulk Hogan feud?
Oh, good Lord.
Hogan would be like, I don't do arm drags, brother. And those chops, I'm not doing it either. And Ricky would be like, that's like my offense. Well, looks like I'm going over then, isn't it?
Can you fake an injury, brother?
Yeah. Regal with some control here on the mat, just twisting Steamboat's, I think, left leg. Yeah.
It's like the ankle area.
Yeah, ankle. It doesn't really seem like that would hurt, though. He's just not even really twisting. He's just holding it.
He's just holding the boot. Yeah. Kicking him right in the side here.
Leg sweep.
Don't get me wrong. These are two guys that I think put together. But like Bob and I have kind of alluded to, you can almost guarantee that a Regal match is going to be second on the card for a title defense. And if it's not a time limit draw, mark it on your calendar because.
Yeah, like we've definitely mentioned that a few times, and like I said, anytime, and if you want to, you can go to wrestlingrecaps.com to read the Saturday night reviews that around this time in '94. Every time he defends it, it's a 10-minute draw. He could be wrestling Barry Horowitz, and it'd be 10 minutes. It's like, why? What the hell? Like, he can't even beat the lowest level guy, or like Ice Train. Like, he can't beat Ice Train. Like, what are we talking about? Steamboat with a nice top rope,
big chop,
overhand chop there. That gets him a 2 count. But on the TV, those were 10 minutes. Pay-per-view, I think, is usually 15. So.
Sure. And just so everybody has a time check here, let me see where we're at.
I'm afraid to touch my remote. So
I am showing 41 minutes, 46, 47, 48, 49, and 50 seconds.
Okay. I'm probably at the same. I think we're at the same part.
So we're almost an hour into the show. We've gotten a match and a half down.
Yeah, because we're not really going to count Shockmaster and King Kong or whatever.
Yeah.
Was it King Kong or Congo? Whatever. What was his name?
There was Awesome Kong and King Kong.
Awesome Kong and King. Okay.
I believe Awesome Kong was the one that was scheduled for the match.
Right. And that's not to be confused with the large African American woman.
Correct.
Right. That would be not who that was. Also known as Karma, I think, from WWF. Or WWE, I should say. All right. Regal's got Steamboat on his shoulders, and then we get a wrist lock from Steamboat, taken down to the mat. So if you enjoy counters and mat wrestling, this is probably a match of the year. There's 2 women in the front row, older women, look like they were asleep, but luckily one of them moved their heads, so they are definitely
alive.
Conscious.
Yeah. For me, and this, I can't remember if I've made this bold statement or not before on the show, but I'm not a big Ricky the Dragon Steamboat fan.
I don't think that's a ludicrous thing to say, because like what I've said with Flair, like I'm not a big Flair guy. I think Steamboat's in ring is better than Flair. Flair's got the more personality, but their offense is pretty boring because it's just chops and like Flair's mostly just getting his butt kicked for the entire match, and he somehow wins.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. And I hate to say that because I think Steamboat's definitely regarded as one of the, like you said, the better in-ring guys of the profession. Yeah. Just, I've never really, I don't know. I have an appreciation, but I wouldn't go out of my way to find his matches, I guess.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of in the same boat with you. I mean, there's no question that he's had great matches with Flair and Rude and Austin and stuff like that, but it's obviously Savage too at WrestleMania 3. But
right.
He's just one of those guys. Like, he's a good worker, but I'm not going to go out of my way to watch, I think, a Ricky Steamboat match.
And I'm not, and maybe I'm out of line with this one, but I don't think it's Ricky Steamboat that's selling the tickets. Personally,
yeah. No, I think you're right.
So, I don't know. Just my 2 cents, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't think he's a main eventer.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
He would be like the perfect IC champ, TV champ,
Right. United States champion.
Sure. Yeah.
That's why I think in definitely WWF, he was much more suited to his role because I think they realized that as well.
Yeah. Sir William just tried to hit him with the umbrella and now is running into the ring. He just circled around and Regal misses a drop kick, but Steamboat's going to sell it anyway because that's part of the match.
Yeah, big whiff on that one.
Yeah. It was weird because he jumped high but didn't really move.
Yeah, it was almost like maybe one boot got him.
Yeah. We probably will not see that on the replay.
Right.
Needless to say. All right. Steamboat just got shoved down to the mat face first. In the corner, it looks like he was trying to go for a head scissors counter. Regal controls with a headlock there. It's really just basic stuff here.
Yeah, I wish I had more kind of comments to make, but it's kind of what you see is what you get sort of deal.
Yeah, you can just tune into Fall Brawl 93 and it's going to be the same stuff. Realistically.
Bridge up. Oh, Regal really struggled with that one. You know what I could go for right now, Bob?
What's that?
Some French toast.
You know, that's actually pretty. That does sound good, actually.
Yeah.
I've been trying to fight the urge because, like, lately I've been making a lot of like loaded fries.
Ooh, yeah.
But I don't put bacon on it when I make it at home. I just put cheese. I just lather it with cheese.
Yeah. So cheese fries.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
I'm really fighting the urge to do that.
Okay.
I'm hoping I don't have enough cheese in my refrigerator.
That's fair.
But if I do have enough cheese, I'm probably going to go and do it. Even if I don't, I might just go to the store and do it. So who fucking cares? When
do you go back to work?
Friday.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
I go back Friday. I work Friday, Saturday. I'm off again Sunday.
Oh, that's nice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice.
I took 2 weeks off from work. It's been really refreshing, honestly. Like I could go back to work today or tomorrow, whatever. Like I'm ready to get back to work.
Are you?
Yeah. Steamboat just missed his trademark crossbody off the top. Yeah, I mean 2 weeks is a long time.
Well, you got to be kind of running out of stuff to do.
Yeah. Steamboat has hit a German suplex, but the referee is waving it off. Is that a draw? Yep. All right. He just said it's a 15-minute draw, I think. So classic babyface seemingly has it won, and then Regal survives because of a time limit draw.
Yes.
Judging by the reaction of the crowd, they actually kind of bought into Steamboat maybe winning it, so that's just going to piss them off probably. But what can you do? But yeah, running out of things to do. Yeah, I did quite a bit of stuff.
You did,
vacation, which was fun, which was good. I didn't want to just stay at home,
right,
for the whole 2 weeks. But
right.
Next year the plan is we're going. Me and Hogan 98 money going down to Orlando because Tampa Bay is hosting WrestleMania. Yeah, if we're still invited, I don't know if you're gonna bail on that.
Sorry, I don't know you.
I knew it. Although I'm telling you right now, man, if WrestleMania is 7.5 hours, we might just be watching it at your apartment.
Well, it's funny you say that because don't forget, for me, Tampa is going to be a little bit of a drive. Not huge, maybe hour and a half-ish.
Right.
2 hours with traffic, definitely. So if we're thinking a 7-hour show, tack on another 4 hours for the drive back and forth.
Yeah. Well,
so
I think, the main draw for me for this year, because originally Dallas and we were going to go to WrestleMania, and then I was like, I don't want to spend $3,000. That's what it was going to be, like, for sure.
Right.
The main draw for me was actually like going to the independent shows.
Sure.
And I would have been totally fine with coming home Sunday and watching WrestleMania at home, because realistically, being in an arena like that or a stadium, I mean, how much can you really see?
Right.
We got Tex Slazenger and Shanghai Pierce making their way
Hell
down.
yeah.
I believe I hope I'm not wrong in saying, but I dig these guys. I like Shanghai Pierce, which would be, or I'm sorry, Tex Slazenger, which would be the unmasked gentleman. These are actually the Godwins, in case anybody was confused on that. That's Phineas would be the unmasked one, known as Tex Slazenger.
I think I'm still not a fan just because he looks like Post Malone a little bit.
Right. He does.
And they also remind me of, both your uncles are racist, just one's in the Klan, so he wears a hood.
Well, here comes your two uncles that think they're rockers, but they're not. It's Cactus Jack and Max Payne. They are a new tag team.
Yeah, they were both roadies for Van Halen in their prime.
Yeah. And
they make sure to tell you about it at every family fucking dinner that they attend.
Max Payne has for sure kind of sold his soul into it, thinking that he actually is a metalhead.
Yeah.
Because he's got the jacket and everything.
Right.
We've seen him before, though, I think, right? With Johnny B. Bad and stuff like that.
We have seen him before, yes. He's not good.
A few times. Super Brawl, he did like the national anthem or something.
Yes.
And he might have wrestled too. I can't remember. But not impressive, to say the least. So this is, I think this would be called a filler match.
Well, it's crazy to see the free fall from stardom for Cactus Jack here.
Right. Main eventing Havoc with Vader. Now he's in a throwaway tag match.
Sure.
That is bizarre. Speaking of bizarre, Max Payne looks to be wearing leggings, which I didn't even know those were a thing in 1993.
Yeah, he looks like every girl in Syracuse who goes to Walmart at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So, if people need help painting that picture, it's the girl usually in pajama pants with an oversized t-shirt. Hair looks ragged, and she usually has the oversized skating sneakers on.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where we're at here with Max Payne.
Pierce and Payne are starting the match, and I guess showing that they're both strong because neither one dropped on a shoulder block spot.
Yeah, shoulder block there. You know what? Just jumping back to food really quick. You know what my weakness has been lately, Bob? Chocolate covered pretzels.
I was going to say hot dogs without a bun, but you said that.
Yeah,
those are good.
Covered pretzels. Yeah, real good.
Is it the dips or whatever? Whatever it's called.
What is the flips? No.
Is it like
Something
the blue
like
bag
that.
or whatever?
It's the blue bag with the yellow writing. I prefer the white chocolate dipped pretzels. And man, they are dangerous.
Man, you're really making me hungry. And then we still have like an hour and a half of the show at least.
Oh, at least, yeah.
You're driving me nuts. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. Max Payne with a nice scoop slam. The power of Max Payne.
Serving size on those, just as a heads up, Bob, 7 pretzels. Not even a handful.
How in the world? For me, it's not even a handful. It probably fills my palm.
Yeah.
Who comes up with this stuff? Do they like give it to 5-year-old kids and like, are you full right now? Yeah. All right. So 7.
Yeah.
The hell?
I don't know, but it pisses me off because I want to eat a lot more than 7 at a fucking time.
I would eat more than 7 at a time.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Right.
God, we must overeat a lot of stuff. That's insane.
Well, I know I did. I don't anymore, but I did.
I know I still do. But I'm not ashamed of it. I do what I got to do.
Right.
All right. Cactus Jack is ramming Slazenger's face into the top turnbuckle. We got a nice close-up of Slazenger's yellow teeth in the corner. Deeply appreciated that. That could have been an ad for a dentist at that point, probably.
You know what I saw on Twitter the other day?
What?
Somebody's making Mortis t-shirts.
And
I really fucking want one.
Did it give you a design, or was it just somebody saying, hey, I'm going to make this shirt?
No, so I saw it and it was like a teaser. It's definitely a picture of Mortis, and I think it says Mortis on it. It's like black shirt, and he's in green, of course.
Right.
But it was really cool, like 90s old school. And I really want one. So I've been trying to keep an eye on it.
Cactus Jack just hit a nice single arm breaker. It's probably going to get a 2 count. Well, it's funny you mentioned old school t-shirts because I I saw on Facebook today. I should point out, I would definitely get a Mortis t-shirt. That's pretty cool. I like that character growing up in.
Yeah.
But a Facebook friend of mine named Brandon,
Okay.
he made Dangerous Alliance t-shirts.
Ooh.
And he actually gave one to Medusa.
Oh, wow.
I think like Rick Rude was on the front of it with the U.S. title.
Sure.
And I was like, dude, if you have more, I will get one. And he said, unfortunately, he was out.
Oh,
and I was
man.
like, if you ever make more, keep me in mind.
Yeah,
and
for
he
sure.
said he would. Because I think I told you the other day, like I wanted to get a Rick Rude t-shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there aren't really not good ones out.
There's really not.
There's really one that's it's like lips.
Yeah.
Which is like all right, but I kind of want Rick Rude on the shirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
not many options there, especially if you go through like WWE. Like there's really
those shirts are garbage.
They're garbage. Yeah.
Because it's like a picture of like a wrestler and it's like yellow. The shirt's yellow.
Right.
It's like, who would wear that?
Right.
Max Payne showing his unique wrestling ability with a sunset flip.
Yeah, speaking of who would wear that, fucking Max Payne here.
Yeah, this is a weird outfit, to say the least. This match feels very like indie to me.
Yes.
Just the format of it, style of it.
The look of the guys.
Yeah, like Cactus Jack looks like he's in pajamas too. So it's look really low quality.
Yeah, sure.
Because I mean, like I just said, with WCW having superior in-ring talent, but the looks of their in-ring talent are far less superior.
Yeah.
To WWF guys. Cactus Jack clotheslines himself and Pierce. Well, I thought to the floor. Cactus Jack remained on the apron. Slasinger just got slingshot. Oh my god! He just did a freaking flip to the floor and did a back bump. That's dangerous.
He went out the hard way.
Yeah, for sure. Max Payne.
Oh god.
Oh man.
Max Payne has no upper arm strength and did not complete a throw for Cactus Jack over the top rope to land.
If you looked at Cactus Jack's face, he's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, Cactus just basically rolled over the top rope.
Right. And Max Payne probably should not have started that move in the middle of the ring and then walk over to the ropes to do it.
No.
So it was a good idea in theory, but just not executed correctly.
That was rough.
Max Payne has got his arm bar submission thing on him. Pierce, but Slasinger made the save, it looks like. Yeah, he did. Now Payne's being double teamed.
Ref is just not holding any sort of tag format in this one.
No, there should be a disqualification probably. Oh, Payne with
double clothesline.
A decent double clothesline at that. I was hoping that Cactus Jack would come out with a shovel or something from under the ring and just beat the shit out of these guys.
Yeah.
Take the DQ loss. All right, well, Payne slowly going over, makes the tag. Here comes Cactus. No, he does not. All right. I guess they don't know what a hot tag means, because usually when the hot tag, he gets some offense in before he gets cut off. Pierce just clotheslined Slasinger to the floor.
Whoopsies.
And double arm DDT by
That's
Jack.
That's got to be it. 1, 2, 3. Fast count by the ref.
Yeah.
Texan held on the floor by Payne.
Yeah, Cactus Jack just pinned Pierce on a double arm DDT. We need a close-up of Max Payne's face again. Appreciate that, guys.
Can't say I was a fan of this one.
No, that was not a great match. Not even good. Not even okay. Not needed on Starrcade is a big pay-per-view, and you put this on. Like, I wouldn't watch this if it was on WCW Worldwide.
And don't forget the match we saw 2 matches ago.
Right, with Shockmaster and Awesome Kong or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I don't understand. Here's Mean Gene. He's like, thank God I'm not in that goddamn limo anymore.
Flair was ripping his ass off.
Yeah.
And locked the windows. Why do you think my mustache is starting to fall off? It literally singed my hair. Should the WCW title matches be 2 of 3 falls? Press 1 for yes, press 2 for no. Calls cost 99 cents per minute. And any children under 18, get your parents' permission before calling. All daily programming is pre-recorded. WCW 1 CNN Center, Box 105366, Atlanta, Georgia, 30348 5366.
I suggest we all write a letter to that address with a response to that question.
Yeah.
And they will be like, what the hell are you talking about?
Who's voting no? Who's like, no, I don't want
Yeah, I don't know if anybody would. Because I feel like title matches, you would want that to be that long. Who is it? Who the hell is this guy? Oh, Kyle Petty, NASCAR driver. I only know that because it was on the screen. I thought this was like Kenny G or something.
So this is Tiny Tim.
Oh my God.
He's here to sing Tiptoe Through the Fucking Tulips for us.
I feel like Gene's asking right now, who do you think is going to win between Flair and Vader? And Kyle Petty just kind of like rubbed his chin like, I don't know who the fuck these guys are.
I don't know. Earnhardt?
I think Dale? Dale's a tough guy. What? What's that? Oh, Jeff?
He's like, God damn it, Gene. I love me some Charlotte. We race here all the time. I don't give a shit about wrestling, but I love me some NASCAR. You like you some NASCAR? Yeah, I thought so, Gene. I thought you did. You don't even have to answer. I just know you're going to say yes. So I got a hell of a mustache. Rick Rude don't have no mustache like I got a mustache. And he can't drive no car like I can. Okay, we're going to cut you right off there, sir. Thank you for the porno stash point out. We will go ahead and probably not tune in to your NASCAR race. Well, that's too bad because you're going to miss a real show. I planned on crashing the whole fucking lot of cars, spinning around, crashing, wheels are flying off, somebody might die, and you're going to miss it. So that's your loss there, Jim. Yeah, okay, it's Gene, not Jim, so fuck. Thanks, yep, see you later. I didn't wipe with toilet paper. That's a bare hand for you. Back to the ring there, Jesse.
That's pretty funny. And now you know when they cut away, he's probably like, I fucking hate you, Petty.
That was fucking pointless.
That was the worst moment of my life.
We're getting wide shots of the crowd here. They're just stalling time. The crowd's like, yeah, we're going to see some wrestling now. Oh,
here we go.
Speaking of which.
This is the biggest match of the night so far. Stunning Steve Austin with Colonel Robert Parker. And he'll be facing WCW United States Champion Dustin Rhodes in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. We thought Stone Cold had won the belt. Well, not Stone Cold. Stunning Steve Austin. We thought he had won the belt at Havoc. But that was the old classic dusty finish. So Dustin retained it. And now it's time for a rematch. Can Dustin beat Steve twice?
I really want that WCW hat that I just saw in the crowd.
Is it the old school, like purple and yellow?
Yeah. Like that a lot.
Speaking of that, this is going to sound ludicrous, but I saw a while ago, but recently was thinking about it, like a pajama set of pants with that color scheme and WCW logo, where you get like the pants and a shirt or something.
Oh.
And I was like, if I never want to have a girlfriend ever again, I need to.
You need to buy that. Yeah.
So I think it was like $80 or something like that.
Oh,
maybe one day when I'm feeling lonely and depressed, I'll get some WCW pajamas.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, here we go here. This is one of our featured matches of the night.
Yep. Dustin's boobs are definitely bouncing around.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No question about it.
Definitely got that from his father. I mean, his entire body is just flopping around. It's weird.
You know what else is weird, Bob? That somebody decided it was a great idea to tackle Bret Hart at the Hall of Fame ceremony.
What an idiot. So dumb.
Like, why? Why that? And how the fuck did he get so far in the ring and get to tackle Bret Hart
without security,
with nothing?
not even touching him.
No.
And if you look at the uncut footage of it, Natalia like looks at the guy as he's entering the ring, and she's just like mouth open, like what?
Yeah.
She could have like moved Bret, but she must have been like just shocked that someone was in there.
Well, you know what was funny is when the guy hits Bret, Bret goes, ooh.
Yeah, you can hear him audibly go like, oh. Yeah.
So
I read that I guess the guy said that he thought it was the perfect opportunity or something. For what?
Right.
I don't understand. To tackle Bret Hart? Like, okay. Why would that be like your life goal?
I saw a meme where it showed Shawn Michaels with the guy's hat on.
Yeah, I did see that.
It was Shawn Michaels who did it.
I did see that.
These guys are starting it off slow here, of course. We're getting the kind of basic shoulder blocks, tackle drop down, elbow.
I feel like they're just going to be doing a bunch of quick covers because it's the best 2 out of 3 falls.
Right. How long do you think this match goes here, Bob?
Well, I feel like 2 out of 3 falls. I mean, you got to go at least like 20.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because let's say this goes 3 falls. Usually like the first one will go to the heel real quick. 3 minutes in. Sure. And then the face will get one like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they have like a 10-minute match for the second or the third fall.
Right.
So yeah, I would think around 20, 23 minutes.
Yeah, I think that's a fair estimate for sure.
I don't think I mean they would both have to get a fall, right? I would think.
Yes.
Because I can't remember the last time a 2 out of 3 falls match ended 2 falls to none.
Yeah, not very common. That's a one of those wrestling tropes. Just like when they do the arm falling thing and the guy fucking picks it up on the third drop or whatever.
Every time.
Same deal. Same gimmick.
Yeah. Pretty slow start here. Austin's just stalling on the floor.
No, I was chugging some water. Thank
you. I knew you were going to say that as soon as I said Austin. No, I wasn't. I was chugging my shit. Hey, Austin, do you like Hey Arnold?
Oh, I don't know how to tell you this, Bob.
So it's a no.
No, I don't like it.
Damn.
I watched it as a kid. I did. I watched it as a kid. Damn. I tolerated it as a kid. It was I wasn't a Nickelodeon kid growing up. I was not a Nickelodeon.
That explains your negativity on life.
I was Cartoon Network, True Blue, right on through. So I was a Courage the Cowardly Dog, Powerpuff Girls, Ed, Edd and Eddy. Yeah, I was on team Black and White.
Well, maybe you should join the Wolfpack like everybody else. Be a Nickelodeon kid.
Nickelodeon didn't have as many good shows.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
I don't want to debate this with you during a Dustin Rhodes, Stunning Steve Austin, best 2 out of 3.
I'll give him Hey Arnold. I'll give him Cat Dog. Or no, that might have been Cartoon Network too.
No, Cat Dog was Nickelodeon.
All right, I'll give him. Here. I'll give him Cat Dog. I'll give him SpongeBob, and I'll give him Hey Arnold.
Rocco's Modern Life.
No, not a fan.
You're a piece of shit. Keenan and Kel, all that. The Amanda Show.
Yeah.
Guts.
No.
Legend of the Hidden Temple.
No.
Wild and Crazy Kids.
No.
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No.
Who are you?
All that was okay. And I did watch the Amanda Show.
Who are you? I don't understand.
I was still Team Nickelodeon or Team.
See, Team Nickelodeon. So you can't even lie.
Even had like Johnny Bravo, Scooby Doo. Like they had the classics.
Scooby's good. I'm not bashing Cartoon Network, but like Nickelodeon, that's my childhood, man. That was
because I grew up in the South, man. Cartoon Network.
Oh yeah, Nickelodeon might be more Northeast.
I think it is.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah. Because that Nickelodeon's in Florida, right?
Nickelodeon, Nick
Studio.
Studios. Yeah, Orlando. Yeah.
Orlando, yeah. So much stuff. I almost bought like a whole bunch of like sets of that off of I think it was iOffer or whatever. But oh my god, what is going on with this? Dustin
launched himself over the railing after getting Irish whipped and landed stomach first on the concrete.
A guy wearing a tie, and now an overzealous African American woman just got into Steve Austin's face.
Right in his face, screaming as he's
you take that, white boy. That other white boy is gonna kick your ass, white boy. Now she's like, oh hell no.
Fanning him with his fucking hand.
The other blonde's gonna win. Yeah. I think Austin realized that he needed to get away from that because she could probably kick his ass.
Yeah, probably.
That was a hell of a freaking salvo. He just dove over the railing, face planted.
Yeah.
Unnecessary. And we go back to stalling. Terrific. Oh, he wants to be friends. Listen, you're both blonde, okay?
He's like, come on, we can tag up.
We can be the Hollywood Blondes. Oh, no.
He gets a punch right in the face.
Yeah. So that was a hard no. Interesting.
Stunning Steve and Stone Cold are so polar opposites. It's ridiculous.
What do you mean?
Stunning Steve's a pansy ass.
Oh, you're talking about a character?
Yeah.
Well, Steve Austin's like the type of guy that, especially at this time, where you will talk a bunch of shit, and then as soon as you confront him, he's like, nah, dude.
Yes.
I didn't say that.
Yes, exactly.
And then Dustin's the type of guy that will go right to your face and be like, I'm going to kick your ass and take your belt. Because I'm the natural. And that's what my dad would do. He just did Austin with a cheap shot in the corner. That's going to give him the advantage. This is a pretty disappointing match so far.
Yeah, it's been just a lot of brawling, which is at least not all technical fucking arm holds the whole time. But still, yeah. I mean, I'm kind of expecting. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're both being super aggressive. Like they're probably laying these strikes in pretty decently.
Yeah.
But I was hoping for more violence.
See, I don't know if this would be considered a violent feud, though.
Yeah,
well, maybe it could be, I guess, because didn't Austin hit him with like the belt?
Yeah.
And like busted him open?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So some stuff around the ring, it's a 2 out of 3 falls match. Got to do what you got to do.
I would have to think that Dustin will be bleeding.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
At some point.
For sure.
Now they're just kind of brawling on their knees for a minute here. Well, Dustin is. Fall down. Nope. Okay. Cool. I keep on saying Stone. Why don't I keep on saying Stone Cold? It's not Stone Cold, Bob. It's Stunning Steve. Breaking the fucking timeline. You know what's going to happen is I got to do Backlash 99 for wrestling 20 years ago. And now when I talk about that,
Stunning
Steve Austin. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going back to the floor. So if I was Colonel Robert Parker, I would just put my lit cigar
right in his back.
Right in his back or face.
Yeah.
Blind him. Put it right in his eye. How has that not been? I don't think that was ever an angle. Colonel Robert Parker does a cigar right to the eye.
No. Yeah.
That'd be great. That was a horrible drop kick.
He hit him when what? The belly button?
I don't know. He was way too close to him for that. That was just bad. Kudos to Dustin Rhodes, though, wearing white tights. Because that takes some confidence.
Yeah, that's brave.
Yeah.
You know what I was thinking about the other day, Bob?
Yeah.
My ECW rebooking that I did back in the day.
What about it?
Just some of the angles that I had were pretty funny.
Well, you should just like continue it.
I know I should. You're right.
Why not?
One that jumps out to mind is when
That was close.
Rude is basically teasing the whole time that he has one of ECW's top stars under his wing. And Sandman, I think there's something that happens with Sandman, and then it ends up being Sandman, so he turns him like corporate. So Sandman comes out and like
I was gonna say, I remembered reading it, and it was Sandman and Root. I was like, that's such an intriguing combination.
Yeah, so Rude and Sandman are heels, and they're just like talking about how they signed this big money contract and are just buying their time here while their ECW contract runs out.
Right.
So like Rude got Sandman a big time deal in Atlanta. So Sandman has cleaned up his act, and he's in suits, and he's a heel. He doesn't smoke or drink on his way to the ring. He's like a man's man wrestler, a businessman, which I thought would be absolutely hilarious and ridiculous.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. That visual of him just like in a suit or something.
Yeah, and like going to use a cane, and Rude's like, "No, man, you don't need that."
Right. What was that? I don't know what that was. Yeah, I mean, you got quite a few shows done, didn't you?
Yeah, it was basically a whole year. I think I stopped short maybe a month.
Yeah.
But it's almost a full year of TVs.
Yeah. I've as many people know, I've been doing a rebooking of WWF starting in 93. I'm up to 95.
Which is crazy.
May of 95. I started with January of 93. I'm at May of 95. But on my website, I only have it published, I think, halfway through 94. But I have like all of them on WrestleFigs.
Yes. Yeah, which is where you've shown me that.
Yeah. Dustin is becoming dusty right now with the elbow strikes.
Yeah, he is.
And he is, I think, bleeding from the nose, maybe, or mouth.
Oh, I didn't catch it.
That was a nice clothesline by Dustin. I've had a couple memorable storylines.
You have, yeah. I like quite a few that you've done.
I used to do a WCW 2000 rebooking, and I had quite a few, in my opinion, like entertaining ones. As Stunning Steve just got rammed into Parker.
Well, don't forget our WCW 2001 is fully skeletoned out for the year.
Oh yeah,
It was like a year's worth of TV and pay-per-view ideas.
Yeah, because we were gonna do that. Well, we even thought about doing like a podcast version of that.
Yeah.
Or something.
Right.
Which could be fun, but schedules and stuff, who knows? We can do that. What is going on? Oh, okay. Security's taking Parker away. I thought a fan had gotten involved.
No, Parker got nailed, so. Although it's weird that they have event security dragging his ass out.
Yeah, that's why I was confused. But yeah, for my WCW 2000, I think one of my favorite ones was Shane Douglas and DDP. Which culminated in a triple cage.
Interesting.
Because Douglas like stole Kimberly, like Kimberly fell in love with oh my God, he is busted open. Steve Austin is bleeding pretty good right now.
Yeah, but I didn't catch what happened.
I think it was from the
post
tossing to the floor.
Oh.
Wow, yeah, he's busted pretty good. But yeah, there was that, and then I had like Canyon. I had him going around like he was a reality star.
Ooh,
and he was filming himself as like Real World or whatever. So like, that was his gimmick. The lights. What is going on with the lights right now?
What in the hell? We're losing power here.
Yeah, the lighting is flickering. And
wow,
we're
it's
out.
Yeah, it's like fully dark.
No, it's spotlights. It's probably the Shockmaster. He probably tripped over the electrical cords, and now they're screwed.
Although
just
I'll tell you
snatched
what, though, these spotlights, it's kind of cool looking.
it is. It kind of makes the match better, I guess. I don't know.
It looks more brutal.
Yeah.
This is so bad. This is Starrcade, guys.
You would never would have thought. The
Fuck.
10th anniversary of it, too. 10
Right.
years. I'm surprised that Austin's busted open, but
Yeah.
that might have been accidental.
I don't know. I don't know because he was outside the ring for a couple seconds by himself to give himself enough time to maybe
With the blade.
slice himself up a little bit. Yeah. Looks like our lights have been restored
Hopefully.
for now.
Yeah. Oh, trip. Oh, he's got a handful of tights. Oh, that's weird.
And there's our first fall, it looks like.
Is that the first? Yeah, it is the first one. Well, there's your cheap one. That took a while, though, to get to the one.
Yeah, it did. It definitely did.
Is it one? Or why is he... Is it over? Wait a minute. Wait. How did he... What was the first fall? Was it? Did he get DQ'd for tossing him over? Oh, he must have been DQ'd for tossing him over.
Really?
Must have done a blade job because that would not cause you to
No,
bleed.
that wouldn't have caused you to bleed. Really? So that's the finish? Or wait. Is this the one that just happened?
Yeah, that was the... This is one that just happened.
He's got the tights there, right there.
For sure, yeah.
So we got a replay of him going up and over the top, which I assume, like Bob said,
Would be
was
the
a-
DQ.
Sure. Weird. I don't like that.
I could have sworn when he tossed him over, the referee was like, no, like momentum.
Yeah, I don't like that.
guess that fell flat.
It wasn't a horrible match. It wasn't great, though.
Wasn't that great? That's a disappointing match.
Yes, I agree. It could have been much, much better.
Yeah. Well, as they're just at commentary talking now. Another one for my WCW rebooking from 2000. I was going to make Raven into like a huge star guy.
Yeah.
Or you know what? Actually, let me go to this other one. Mike Awesome and Hulk Hogan were having a feud, and I had I had Mike Awesome break into Hogan's house and attack Hulk Hogan, and I had him throw Hulk into like his stainless steel oven in front of Brooke and Nick and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was funny. And I think I had Awesome win that feud, so I'm a heel guy. And then I was gonna make Raven into a big deal because I had like a vignette of him in a darkened room with a whole bunch of Hulk Hogan, Roddy Piper, Ric Flair action figures like hanging,
Yeah.
just to give that like idea of him who he might be targeting and stuff like that.
Sure.
But yeah, that was a lot of fun, the WCW 2001.
For me, I always had the problem of doing really good stuff for guys I like and then casting the guys I didn't like off kind of to the side. So I was not able to stay unbiased in my bookings.
I tried to. Although there's people it's really hard to come up with ideas for.
Yeah.
So here's the boss. He's looking good too. What the hell?
He really is. Although the all black is definitely helping him.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Because now as we're getting closer, he does still look kind of wide, but
Right.
better than where he was at the tail end of his WWF run.
Yes.
Yeah, but like Sid has always been a tough one to write for me.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the story about how I contacted Ed Ferrara?
No.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. So just for like shits and giggles, I had messaged him on Facebook.
Okay.
And I was like, hey Ed, I do this fantasy rebooking thing of WCW, and a few people read it or whatever. And I was just looking for advice for this Sid Roddy Piper feud I had going on. I think it was that, yeah. And here comes Rick Rude. Boston Rick Rude. That could be interesting. This is the match that never happened in WWF. They were supposed to wrestle and they didn't.
Oh,
After I think SummerSlam 90.
okay.
So, but I got in kind of with Ed Ferrara, and he actually messaged me back, and I think I still have the messages. I would have to go back and look it up.
About your fantasy booking?
Yeah, and he gave me like a whole bunch of ideas and like what he would do in these situations.
Holy
to
shit.
present. And I think he only did that because it was like a creative question. You know what I mean? Like looking for advice about it. So
Interesting.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Even though I've heard he's a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, he's never been a piece of shit to me. The stuff he did with the Oklahoma stuff was not great.
Right.
But
Rick Rude is laying it on thick. He's saying this fake cop has definitely had too many donuts.
What is with all the Hooters girls? They just came out of nowhere. Rick Rude looking fucking jacked.
Per usual.
Boss is saying, "That's my belt, boy." I don't think so, boss.
I'm trying to scope out Rude's tights here and see what they are.
Yeah, Michael Buffer here too. Yeah, usually he has tights to kind of correlate with his feud.
Yeah.
But maybe this time around he doesn't really care about Boss, and it looks like it's just him on his tights.
Yeah, it might be basic.
On his left leg there.
We're at hard cam, so I can't really tell. Boss man's pacing.
It's Boss. We don't want to get sued here. It's the Boss. They could not have possibly thought that this would fly. He's literally dressed as Big Boss Man, and his name is the Boss. They just canceled out the name Man.
Yeah.
And Big.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Rick
This guy,
motherfucker.
he is. This guy is a bona fide star, though.
Absolutely.
Or bona fide. Is it bona fide or bona fide?
Either way.
He's a star. I don't know English, so it's okay. I think it's bona fide.
That's how I say it.
Yeah, bona fide doesn't make any sense. Doesn't sound right.
I'll bonerfy you.
This show is seriously lacking Virgil.
No. You are right. It's not a show without him.
I don't even know. I don't think he's on another pay-per-view for us.
Thank God.
What do you mean, thank God?
I don't have time for his bitch ass.
You're a monster. You're always a downer.
These
And
guys
it really upsets me.
Who knows, Bob? You're missing an instant classic here.
Yeah, great. I looked up just in time to see Boss spitting. Great. Terrific.
You're probably watching baseball, you dick.
I'm not. I'm checking on my fantasy baseball team.
Oh, excuse me.
Which this is what's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
So 2 days in, I'm already down by 75 points.
Nice.
But it's fucking bullshit. It's always against people that score just ridiculous amounts because I have 46 points. The guy I'm playing has 119. Everybody else, the next highest scoring person has 70. So like I would still be in it against all these other teams. I just get screwed over. Well, Boss apparently knows martial arts. That was a wild kick that I've never seen him try before.
You know which Rick Rude I didn't like?
NWO Rick Rude?
Yeah.
Is that really that's what it was?
Yeah, or like when he is with Perfect and he's got like the buzzed head.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't really like that Rick Rude.
Well, he didn't even do anything.
Right. He was being wasted, basically.
For sure. He was a guy that I feel like they just signed to have.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh hey, Rick Rude. Cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Although I still would really have been interested in his potential comeback in '99.
Yeah, that would have been very interesting for sure.
I think that would have, because he was in talks with WWF and
Right.
the feuds he could have had with Stone Cold and Rock. You know, like that. Those promos probably would have been great.
Sure.
But you would think, kind of considering the rosters, that he would be like in WCW.
Well, it's funny because for a guy like Rude, I can't really picture Rude in WWF past maybe 2000.
Yeah, I don't know if he would fit. 2000.
Maybe 2000.
Yeah.
Because
his style would not have been that same way.
No, by 01, when there's nobody else around, you just, I don't think it would have worked. Ring-wise, no, absolutely not.
I don't know. It could have. Because, I mean, freaking the Boss Man was in there after 2001.
Yeah, but I mean,
Perfect Riot was back in there too. I think Rude could have found a niche.
He would have definitely had to change something.
Yeah.
And for me, that wouldn't have been good because I don't want him to change anything.
He probably would have been, or could have been, like the hired gun of the McMahon family. You know?
Sure. Yeah,
Something
sure.
like similar to what he was with DX in 97.
Yeah.
But, you know, you just have to ramp it up a little bit. You know, he could have been the guy that ran over Stone Cold at Survivor Series 99.
Oh, my gosh.
Could you imagine that?
Yeah, right.
You were the reason that the Dangerous Alliance dissolved, and I hate you for it. I'm so mad.
Yeah, all your jealousy and all your conniving has put you in the spot that you're in.
Yeah. So I just got a notification here from WWE. The New Day will face The Bar and Drew McIntyre in a 6-man tag match. Since when is Drew McIntyre SmackDown Live wrestler?
Weren't they doing that shake-up shit again?
Yeah, but oh my god, what a backdrop! Nice. Rick Rude can take a backdrop. Apparently, that was a high arcing one. Yeah, that's like next week though.
Oh,
here comes the big boot. I thought he was gonna do the Hogan leg drop and be 1, 2, 3.
Well, I don't know, but you know, kind of in lieu of this major WCW show, I attempted to over FaceTime watch WrestleMania 35 with Bob and Hogan 98 money.
Mm-hmm.
I hung on there for maybe half the show and decided, fuck that. I'm not watching this shit anymore.
Yeah, you used the excuse of your computer was overheating, and then
it definitely was,
and then you remained on it for 3 more hours.
No, incorrect.
Yeah, because you liked a status mine at midnight
on my phone.
Bullcrap. I call BS. Don't even lie to me.
No, it was definitely like way too hot.
Yeah. Sure.
So yeah, man, just modern wrestling. I can't.
No, it was.
I can't do it.
It probably wasn't a brutal show, realistically.
I don't know.
It wasn't brutal. It's certainly not. I've seen people say it's the best WrestleMania ever, which is just garbage.
That's hilarious.
Don't even say that. Not that I'm like judging anybody, but it's just, to me, there's just no way.
There's no way.
But I mean, it started at 5.
Right.
Okay. It got over at, because 5 was the pre-show. It got over at 12:38.
I can't count. Yeah, I can't count how many people posted pictures of people either next to them or themselves sleeping in the audience.
Right.
You got to think, with all the wrestling and all the extravaganza and the pageantry for the weekend, people can't sit there for 7 hours and enjoy and react the way you want them to. Yeah, it's very unrealistic.
Speaking of unrealistic, Boss has Rude in a Tree of Woe on the apron. Rude pretty much let him do that. So.
And Rude could easily just take his legs off of there.
Yeah, Boss Man here just did a baseball slide and almost took out the referee, or cameraman, I mean. Yeah, Rude, all you have to do, man, is unhook your legs. This is literally not complicated.
Rude's the one holding on.
Literally. He's
just got to straighten his legs.
Yeah.
And they're free.
You could just plop over onto the apron. They're making this way more difficult than it has to be.
Right.
Well, Rude is acting like no, there you go, Rude. He figured it out. Although he's unconscious doing that.
Right.
He just plopped down to the ground. But yeah, it's like what I mentioned earlier is like for Tampa Bay, like that would be tough to know that it's going to be 7 hours. That's a work day, essentially. Watching WrestleMania.
Yeah, and like I said to you in Dallas, why can't they split it up on Saturday and Sunday? If they're going to do a 7-hour show, they need to break it up or not do a 7-hour show.
Yeah. Yeah, to me, because you for sure could have done 3.5 and 3.5.
Yes.
With the amount of big matches, like on day 1, they could have had Triple H Batista.
Main event.
Day 2, right. And then day 2 be the women's main event or whatever.
Right.
You know? Yeah, because the WrestleManias growing up that I was most excited for were 3 hours long.
Yes. That's for me.
I've never been like, I needed my wrestling to be 7 hours long. No.
I think anytime you are past the 4-hour mark, you're doing way too much.
For sure. Absolutely. This is going on too much, and it's only a 2-hour show. 3 hours. This one right here that we're watching. Rude.
There's just been a lot of filler.
Yeah.
Filler.
And this is, I guess, kind of a big match.
No, yeah, for sure.
That was a weird. Some weird like movements here.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the boss's offense for sure.
Yeah, he just crotched himself on the middle rope trying to splash Rude.
Imagine if we had a guy like Bam Bam in this spot.
Did he just win with that? He did.
Sunset flip for the pin. Yep.
What did Rude even do anything in this match other than that?
He barely got any offense in.
What the hell is going on with this show?
Yeah. Like I was saying, imagine a guy like Bam Bam in this spot against Rude. Imagine the match they probably could have had.
Yeah, Bam Bam is a better worker than Boss.
Absolutely. Rude getting punched right in the jaw on the replay coming off the top rope.
Literally, these highlights is just that punch and then the sunset flip.
Yeah.
Rick Rude didn't do anything. He didn't do a Rude Awakening. He didn't do anything offensively. Boss had to put his own shoulders down on the sunset flip, if you saw that, because his arm was technically up.
Yeah. Well, there we go. There's our Rick Rude match for the night. Pretty, again, disappointing.
Yeah, that was bad. That was a bummer.
And we're cutting to
Super Brawl 4
promo hype package. Sunday, February 20th on pay-per-view. Double Thunder Cage live.
Wait a minute. So they're already promoting a double Thunder Cage match?
Yeah.
And they don't even have like feuds.
Yeah.
I don't understand, man.
Book it and they shall come.
Apparently. We're going to have 2 cage matches, and by God, we don't know what the hell is going to be on it, but it's going to happen.
Here comes the little Stinger, and looks like maybe Hawk behind him.
It is definitely Mr. Hawk.
Interesting.
Oh,
interesting.
Yeah, so remember last week I told you, hey man, there's a match that goes 29 minutes and 11 seconds. Guess what match that is?
No.
You guessed it. And you can't wait to see who they're fighting tonight.
Oh no.
It's Sting and Road Warrior Hawk against the WCW Tag Team Champions, the Nasty Boys. So get ready, folks, for Brian Knobbs and Jerry Sachs to be involved in a half-hour match that was planned to be that long. Because by God, they are the best workers that WCW has at this point. Yeah, sure. Ricky Steamboat's on this show. Yeah, sure. Ric Flair's on this show. Sure. Steve Austin's on it. And Dustin Rhodes. And Lord Steven Regal. And Too Cold Scorpio. And Marcus Alexander Bagwell. But by God, they are not Brian Knobbs. And they certainly aren't Jerry Sachs. Because these guys are going to put on a clinic. And yes, Missy Hyatt is there too. She's wearing a see-through pink dress, leaving pretty much nothing to your imagination. So there's some positives to this, I guess.
What the fuck?
I wanted to point that out because I don't know if you would have noticed how long the match was going if I had not told you that.
I'm deciding whether to get up or not and get a snack.
Ooh, why would you do that?
Because this is the popcorn match.
This is not the popcorn match. This is the semi-main event.
Except when I say popcorn match, it could be basically a whole dinner at Applebee's for a half hour.
Oof.
So,
wow. We did not have faith in this to be a fabulous match. I'm heavily offended that you're not invested in this.
not in the slightest.
Wow. Well, I thought I really knew your wrestling tastes, and I figured a half-hour Nasty Boys match would be at the top of that list. And it's not.
Well, now I'm questioning our friendship, Bob.
Well, why?
Although I have to say, Missy Hyatt with short hair is just as ugly as the Nasty Boys are.
I thought you were about to give her a compliment.
Absolutely
and,
not.
You swerved me
Yeah.
by saying that no, she's not. Man, you're just so rude.
Ravishing rude.
Simply ravishing. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. So with entrances and ring announcements, this is probably closer to like 35 minutes long.
That's good. That's what I want to hear. It's even longer than.
Yeah, well, nothing's happened yet. And they've definitely been in the ring for about 5 minutes by now.
All right, well, I'm going to run to Walmart, get me some chocolate-covered pretzels. You let me know how it goes.
Okay.
And I'll be back.
Well, realistically, I could probably just we could probably not talk for a half hour. And no, I don't think anybody would mind. They would probably be okay.
I can't say that I enjoy the work of one person in this match.
You don't enjoy the work of Sting?
No.
Really?
Not a Sting guy. Not a Sting guy, personally.
That is interesting.
Yeah.
I don't mind Sting. I don't think he's a plus guy by any means, but yeah. I can enjoy stuff. I can't wait until we watch Sting versus Ric Flair 4,000 times because it'll be the same match over and over again.
Yeah,
and that'll be loads of fun. Missy Hyatt have a whip? What is?
She does. She does.
So she's a dominatrix or something now? What is?
Well, I liked her look last time we saw her at Halloween Havoc with the leather jacket and shit.
Yeah, when she had like nothing on underneath it.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah. This month you can see.
She's basically wearing pink pantyhose on her whole body.
Yeah, she's just showing off her lingerie through clothing.
Correct.
So she can technically say, "Hey, I am wearing clothes. It's not my fault that you can see through it." You didn't say anything about that, which I guess makes sense to someone. All right, Sting and Brian Knobbs, probably the best workers of their respective teams, starting off this half-hour instant classic.
Oh man!
Brian Knobbs was probably going to stall for the first 17 minutes. I can't imagine the Nasty Boys being able to wrestle for a half hour and not be physically drained within 5 minutes of that match.
Gotta say, pretty lackluster show thus far.
Yeah, for a Starrcade. This show is reminding me probably why I have not watched it in 15 years.
Sure.
And just knowing that this match has about 28 more minutes in it is certainly affecting my mood.
I want to say, thinking back, and I just watched this not too long ago, the reason I put it on was to see the Rude Boss Man match.
Really?
Just because, again, I enjoy Rick Rude and to go out of my way to look his stuff up. And I'm figuring, maybe they had a decent match. Well, no.
What would you say is the best match so far?
I would probably give it to Austin and Rhodes. And that's not saying much because their match really wasn't anything special.
Yeah.
So
Sting still has some bruises on his back. So I don't know what he's been up to. Maybe he's been hanging out with Missy Hyatt in that whip. I mean, you don't know about it.
Absolutely. For sure.
He's cleaning house right now with clotheslines. Hawk decides, hey, I'll punch Brian Hobbs. And the champs bails to the floor where Missy Hyatt's like, look at my boobs. It's fine. Look at my butt. You can see everything. It's great. Oh, Hawk is turning on Sting. He's got him press slammed. Oh, he's tossing him onto the nasty foot. All right. So that was not a heel turn. I got scared for a minute. I thought Hawk was going to go rogue.
Press slamming him and
What's that?
it was funny that it did look like he was turning on him.
Yeah. Fuck you, man. There's only one person that can have face paint, and it's me. All right. So this is just this is a regrettable moment, I think. Can we just fast forward through this or no?
Let's get a time check for the people at home. We are I am at least an hour 47 0 2 3 4 5.
So we're at an hour 47. The show is 2:48.
Yes, we got an hour left.
So
Guess
this
half of that
is this match.
is this fucking match.
That's assuming that there's no other ones aside from the main event.
Right.
So let me just look that up real quick. Because that would suck. Let's see. Please tell me there's at least another match on this other than the main event. And oh, great. So there isn't. So this is going to be fun.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, I would just like to apologize to all the IcoPod fans. If you are watching this show, God have mercy on you. I'm hoping that you're just listening to us and not actually doing the live watch portion.
Yeah, because if you basically have wasted the last almost 2 hours.
Yeah, this is the type of show that Rory from Wrestling 20 years ago would probably have made me watch to do a podcast on. Because again, they only put me on the shitty ones.
Can you name me your favorite Nasty Boys match?
Well, their match with the Hart Foundation, WrestleMania 7 is not bad.
You want to know what mine is?
Their last one?
The one they're not in. It's my favorite one.
Okay.
So every other one.
So that makes no sense. Your favorite Nasty Boys match is essentially not one at all.
Correct.
Cool.
That is. Yep.
I see what you're doing there. Hawk is fired up and is just pummeling Jerry Sags with some of the most awkward looking overhand punches.
Yeah.
That were punches, but also kind of chops. I don't know what that was. Yeah. And then Jerry Sags decided that he'll just collapse to the ground.
I'm trying to see
nice drop kick.
Missy Hyatt's butt and to see how jiggly it is.
It's not looking good.
Yeah.
I think she benefits from jeans.
Yeah, I agree. I need clarification though on that.
Yeah, it's looking kind of flat.
Well, the underwear she's wearing is not doing her any favors.
No, it is not. It's not. Would you classify that as a thong?
No, absolutely not. That looks like something Mae Young would wear.
Right. Yeah, because it's not like a thin
No, it's like granny panties.
It's definitely lingerie, but it's like a wider.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm judging women's lingerie. I don't have no expertise on that whatsoever. It's been like 2 years since I've even seen it on a woman in real life, so it's
Who wore lingerie in front of you in the last 2 years?
what are you talking about?
You just said you saw lingerie in real life 2 years ago.
Yeah, within the last 2 years. I've had a girlfriend in the last 2 years.
That wore lingerie for you?
Well, yeah, I guess.
Or just underwear?
Well, I guess it's underwear.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Well, underwear's lingerie.
No, there's a difference.
Well, I guess I haven't had one ever
Me neither.
bounce around in lingerie.
Me neither.
This is depressing. My life, my love life, this show, this podcast. I'm 30. It's a midlife crisis.
How was your birthday, Bob? Let's chat about that. What'd you guys end up doing?
That was good. Yeah, so we went to Syracuse Crunch game, my dad and I.
Oh, you did go? Okay.
Yeah, they lost 6-2. I think 6-2. I tell you, every time I go to a local sporting event, they lose.
Yeah,
I went to the Syracuse Mets franchise opener, really home opener.
Yeah.
They lost.
Oh.
They've proceeded to win 5 straight games. They're 5-1. So I've naturally gone to the only game they've lost.
Of course.
Was the one that I went to. So I'm afraid to ever go to a game again.
Right.
The Crunch loss, as I mentioned, they've never won in any game I've gone to. Mind you, they're in first place in their division, one of the best teams in the league.
There you go.
And they lose on the night that I go. So it's great. I was supposed to go out to have drinks with Ric Flair, but he canceled on me because he has lower back pain. So he's close to 30. I can relate. But we'll be hanging out probably in the next week or so.
Okay.
Hawk just hit the post real hard. Trademark spot. Remember that. I always say that. It always happens at least one time. And then also on my birthday, I went to Best Buy and I got this television that was delivered today. So
yes,
he just waffled him with a chair that is not folded up.
Yeah, it's not meant for that.
Jesus Christ, Jerry Sags. You can do that to Cactus Jack. Okay. You can't do that to Road Warrior Hawk. Because number one, Road Warrior Hawk is probably going to rip your throat out as soon as he gets up.
Yeah.
For doing that.
Right.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, that was my birthday. And then obviously the next day I hung out with Dallas and Kaylee, even though I think Kaylee dreaded the entire 7.5 hour show.
No, I'm sure she did. Yeah, I'm sure she did. I feel for her because now she's the one who kind of has to partake in activities. Now that I'm not there, she kind of has filled that gap.
Yeah.
So I'm sure she did not enjoy herself.
Yeah. No, she did not. And and hi Kaylee, in case you're listening. I'm sure she is. If she were to listen to a wrestling podcast, I'm sure it would be this one.
Religiously.
Yeah, every episode. But yeah, your birthday was 3 days before mine, right?
Yeah, Wednesday.
So yeah, how did your birthday go?
It was good. I worked for most of it, so I got out a little bit late on Wednesday. Picked up a friend that was in town who was staying at the hotel near Universal, one of the hotels over there. So we picked her up. We showed her the apartment. She was able to kind of check stuff out. We went to dinner. We went to a really nice dinner. I had a nice steak dinner for my birthday. Came back here. She was here a little bit longer than I was expecting. So we didn't end up bringing her back to the hotel until maybe 10:30. So I was out rather late on my birthday, but it was good. It was quiet. I did definitely miss, because usually either WrestleMania falls on my birthday or at least maybe a day or two after. So it kind of sucked that I wasn't able to, because we would always do the WrestleMania parties, Bob, Dallas, so several of our friends. So that wasn't quite the same. And then my family usually takes me out to dinner as well for my birthday. So it's kind of a bummer for the first birthday not being home. But we made the best of it. We definitely did.
Yeah, I should know that I went to Tully's with my mother as well.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's turned into a tradition.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Tully's tenders.
Sure.
It's the go-to move. But yeah, this vacation has been a lot more active than I was anticipating because I didn't want to be at home for all. I don't even know how many days it was. I guess 14 days or 15 days I was home.
Right.
It would have been a bummer if I just stayed home and just reviewed wrestling all day.
No, I'm glad you didn't do that. You would have, you would have burnt yourself out. I'm glad you didn't do that.
I would have. And there was, I actually did burn myself out on doing it because there was one day where I watched, what was it? I think it was August, September, October. In a matter of a day and a half, I watched 4 months worth of Smoky Mountain Wrestling television. August through November. Just to finish them up.
Wow.
And then I wanted to do like more, like something else. I was just like, I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
I was like, I took a break for a couple of days and just did other stuff.
Right.
Because I'll tell you, man, there's only so many poor Terry Gordy matches you can watch.
No, yeah, that's rough.
Before you're just like, I can't do this right now. So, but I was able to finish that up. Took me about 4 years to watch every show, every TV show.
Sure.
Because I, veer off to do other things, but
no, that's good. I'm glad you were able to muscle through that. I know you've been working on that for quite a while now.
Yeah, now it's just a matter of me actually posting them.
Well,
which could be years from now.
One step at a time, Bob.
Yeah.
Also, a coworker of mine had her birthday party over the weekend, this past weekend, which was really cool. We went out to her house. We did a whole cookout. I was able to watch them play Flip Cup, which I guess is a drinking game.
Oh, yeah, it is.
So that was interesting. Quite interesting. But yeah, that was fun. That was cool. I'm a sucker for a good cookout and bonfire.
Sure. Yeah, because Dallas would have a couple of good bonfires.
Yeah,
those were good. Just to give you guys the context of what was on the screen, because I think we're both watching, just not really paying attention, or commenting on it, I should say. Hawk had been in a hammerlock for about 3 minutes, and he was hitting the mat like he was submitting. But of course, that was just the crowd. Just look at the crowd behind us, and that's kind of one of our pet peeves. Is like if he's doing that, that's a submission.
Yeah.
And then he proceeded to deck knobs with a freaking wild clothesline, tag in Sting, but then the referee didn't see it. But now Sting has gotten the hot tag and just delivered an awkward-looking double clothesline.
He basically pushed their faces down.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be him grabbing them by their hair and driving them down to the mat, but they weren't in position for it.
Yeah.
But judging by this interaction, you would think maybe the match is close to being over with. But I don't think that's the case at all. We might be halfway through this match by now.
I had a coworker, because I don't know why, but she checked out our podcast.
She did.
She did.
Oh, boy.
And she asked because, she's, I think rather impressed with the quality and the continuity of it. And she's like, "Do you guys make any money on it?" And I told her, "No, it's more or less we've put money into it at this point."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Huh, that's weird. I thought podcast is a really good way to make money." I told her, "Yes, but the wrestling podcast market is so oversaturated."
Yeah, it's bad.
That it's very hard to kind of break through the pack like that. And then she goes, "Well, if you were to make money, what would you do with it?" And I told her we'd probably just put it back into the podcast.
Yeah.
We'd pay for more ads. We'd, maybe hire a graphics guy to do different things for shirts or something, maybe. But it was just, I thought it was a funny way of looking at it because she's a podcast listener.
Mm-hmm.
And the podcast she listened to, of course, those are the people's careers. They make a living off the ads and the podcast that they do. They're traveling around the world, so to speak. We're just the little engine that could, and I don't mind that. So.
Well, it's funny you mentioned like merch and all these things because a few people, that was an ugly looking leg drop by fucking Brian Knobbs.
Yeah, he basically took a back bump off the top rope.
Onto Sting's face.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That was okay. There's a regular leg drop. Okay. Anyway,
He's like, let's redo the spot, bro.
I don't want to go to the back to the middle rope. I'll just do it here.
We'll cut it out on the
Yeah. A couple of people have mentioned merch and like doing like a Patreon type of thing.
Really?
Yeah, because Rory, well, not just Rory, but the guys at Wrestling 20 years ago, they have a Patreon thing, which I've been on.
Sure.
To list my favorite WrestleManias and their matches or whatever.
Sure.
And you can do a tier for them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have a fan on going right now? Like in your house?
No, I'm near my porch door, and all the air conditioning units are out there. So that's probably what you're hearing.
No, I'm not hearing anything. It's just like my computer screen, like above your head, it's like flickering. So I didn't know if there was a fan.
Oh yes, no, there is on in the living room, but it's not making any noise.
Okay, yeah, no, okay. I just didn't know if my screen was like shitting the bed.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so like a couple people have mentioned it, like, oh, like you guys should get like T-shirts or something made up and all this stuff. And I told them, or I told one of them at least, that's something that kind of, I don't want to say makes me feel uncomfortable. I'm very weird with this type of stuff because the whole idea of this was just for you and I to have fun.
No, and it's
about wrestling
to your website though, Bob, because if anywhere you should be trying to make some money on is your site, because you've dedicated 10 fucking years to it.
Yeah.
So if anywhere you should be trying to do that, it's your website. But selfishly, I would totally be down for some T-shirts because I'd want the T-shirts, not for people to buy them. I'd want to buy them.
Yeah, I mean, the T-shirt thing I could get behind.
Yeah, easy
for sure.
Easy.
And even like we could maybe when we get into like the Monday Night Wars, like do a Patreon type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what we would do.
Well, again, we would just end up putting it back into the podcast. And I think that's the most important thing. Like, it's not like we're trying to make a fucking living and going to hire all these ads and all this bullshit. If it's up to me, man, we keep it all in house.
Well,
we
yeah.
don't run ads on our podcast. Maybe we let other people run our ads.
Yeah, this will never, I don't think this will ever be a podcast where we'll be talking and then suddenly we're plugging Blue Chew or we're plugging. Obviously, the bigger ones have to do that because they're making boatloads of money.
Sure.
But for me, it's like I hate that aspect of like radio or podcast because when you're listening to a podcast, I feel like you just want to listen to the content.
Well, and I've tweeted Conrad before, and it's just like, thank goodness for the 10-second skip. Because as soon as I know when the music starts kicking in, I can fucking skip because it's going to be about a 2-minute ad that I just don't care about.
Yeah. So like I would avoid that at all costs, really.
I agree.
But like, if people wanted T-shirts or something like that, could be cool. I understand the Patreon thing, but then it's just like we're doing these obviously for free.
Sure.
So it's like, what kind of content would people pay to see? And I know it's all about supporting and whatever. And if we were to have like even 5 people throw us $5 a month,
sure,
that would cover the hosting charges for the entire year because that's like $90 or something.
Right.
So it's like you're basically getting a free. We're doing this no money out of pocket or anything. So,
right.
I mean, that could be something we could do. And I guess with like the Patreon, we could do shows out of timeline, like a live watch. You know what I mean? Like we could.
Yeah, maybe if people are able to vote and pick a show that they want us to watch and comment.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I'm on the same page with you, Bob. I really don't foresee us doing any ads on our show. Maybe doing ads for our show on other podcasts. That's one thing.
Yeah.
I would totally be into the shirts thing. I'm not really sure and don't really expect that to really get over. But again, selfishly, I'd want some shirts.
Well, we could just make shirts for ourselves.
Yeah, but if we're going to make them, we might as well put them up on the site and let people buy them too if they want them.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm sure there's people that would. I would think Mike Campbell would want one, maybe. IcoPod, like that's a pretty cool looking.
Yeah, it's a cool shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
We could put on Pro Wrestling Tees.
Probably not.
I'm sure Campbell would get one. I think Michael Vincent.
Redbubble, here we come.
Perfect.
Yeah, no, that would be cool. I would be totally down to do that for sure.
Yeah.
Maybe we could even convince Hogan 98 money to throw some shit together. No
Well,
problem.
that is his career choice.
Well, that comes with the price, buddy.
It does. He's not going to do it for free.
So,
What the fuck was this? The Brooklyn Bellas?
so speaking of coming with a price here, this is coming at the price of our very valuable time as we power through this match here.
We literally just had a 10-minute conversation and this match is still going on.
Yeah, so to give you an idea where the offense is at, Brian Knobbs just had a suplex for a 2 count on Sting.
And is now going to the ever dangerous chin lock.
Yeah, that's where we're at with this one.
I'm kind of surprised that the Nasty Boys are not profusely sweating at this point.
Well, we're getting there. That's for sure.
I mean, Knobbs is huffing and puffing for sure. He looks like he's just confused as to why they're still out there.
Yeah, for sure.
Jerry Sags is hunched over the top rope, just gassed. He doesn't know what to do.
Same.
Road Warrior Hawk is probably just like, I could go another 40. Because he's just coked out.
Yeah, he had 3 bumps of cocaine before this match.
Yeah, he literally just entered the ring and kicked Brian Knobbs and then just left.
He never unlocked his eyes from the ref though either.
The entire time.
Yeah, they stayed fucking staring right at each other as he went into the ring and did that.
Yeah, like, what are you going to do, Nick? Nothing.
Right.
I'm going to do this and I'm going to walk right out.
Yeah.
Well, all right, Hawk, you're right. I feel bad for Sting, man. He's in this awful match.
Well, Sting, Cactus Jack earlier.
Yeah.
There's a couple of guys that kind of got screwed.
They couldn't find an actual tag team to wrestle the Nasty Boys.
Right.
Like, they don't have any tag team. I would have mind seeing Scorpio and Bagwell again.
Well, at least they could have probably made something out of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that. I don't know. I mean, I guess what would you do with Sting? That's a great question. I have no idea.
Sting and Cactus.
Babyface?
Yeah.
And then you can do Hawk against Awesome Kong. And take Shockmaster out.
Perfect.
Boom. Dream card. That's what I'm here for. Abdominal stretch. I don't even know if that looks right.
Nah, he's definitely not applying it correctly.
It does not look correct at all. But no one will ever say that Brian Knobbs is a scientific wrestler. So
Knobbs. I can't lie, Bob. Well, I might as well tell this story on air too. So I recently paid off my credit card because on my credit card was my engagement ring that I purchased. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty proud of that. It only took me maybe 6 months to pay off.
Interest free?
Yep.
There you go. That's the move. You gotta do that.
Quite a substantial amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in the hunt to rack up that credit card back a little bit. So naturally, I'm a gamer. I'm a casual gamer. I was much more into it maybe a couple of years ago. I feel like I never have the time now to game as much as I'd like to. And I only buy maybe a game or two a year.
Speaking of games, before I cut you off, did you ever finish Red Dead 2 or no?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you still playing Red Dead 1?
No.
No.
I want to, but the controls are just... It's like, I feel like the controls are like looser.
Yes, they are.
You go like flying around. It's just like, I like it how on PS4 it's just so compact and like easier to maneuver around.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
And the graphics on PS4 is way better.
Sure. Right. So yes, I've kind of had the itch to spend a little bit of money, and I've always been a fan of old school arcades.
I'm sorry. Jerry Sags just did a slow motion jog to forearm Hawk off the apron, and I'm surprised Hawk sold it.
Well, he kind of stood right back up.
Yeah, he's right back on the apron, but he did drop off.
Right.
And the visual of Jerry Sags running like an old grandfather to forearm Hawk.
The ring again and just like, fuck you. I clotheslined Brian Knobbs over the top rope because he's a bitch.
He just crotch sags on the top of rope.
Yeah, pulled Sags off the top turnbuckle and crotched him over the ropes. And then he's back on the tag apron like, now tag me, you son of a bitch. I want to get into this shit. Okay. Over the top. He's throwing some haymakers. Off the ropes, shoulder block, almost shoulder blocked his way out of the ring.
Yeah, whoa. He like almost defied gravity.
Oh,
he just dropped Brian Knobbs on his head on a power slam.
Could not pick him up all the way. Anyway, yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off on that.
Fan of old school arcades. Always wanted an old school arcade cabinet. They're very large. My apartment's very small. Stinger splash right there in the corner on Knobs. And we're in a Scorpion Death Lock. Oh, Missy Hyatt causing the distraction. So, yeah, I've kind of been in the hunt for one of those. I recently came across on eBay because I'm a big eBayer. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm like, God, I almost thought that was a finish.
He just kissed Missy Hyatt, so he's got to get tested.
Yeah. I came across on eBay some custom like bar top arcade systems. And long story short, I decided to purchase one for about $1,000 that comes with roughly 10,000 games on it. So I'm looking forward to that coming in about 2 weeks.
I think that's a great investment. Oh my God. That's a great investment. And they just did the Doomsday device. And I don't know how Brian Knobbs didn't just break his neck.
Yeah, he landed right on the back of his head. So yeah, I added some more money on the old card, and I have that to look forward to and play that. It is a 2-player system. And the way our counter is, it is kind of like a bar counter. So I think it's going to be very nice to have that in the house to play.
I think that's a great investment, especially if there's 10,000 games on it.
Yeah, yes. It's probably any game you can probably think of that would fit on an arcade machine.
Yeah.
It also doubles as like a virtual pinball machine, so that's pretty cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I am. I'm really looking forward to having that.
I just want to point out that after that Doomsday device, Missy Hyatt came in to break up the cover, and that caused a disqualification.
Yeah.
So we just went about 29 minutes.
Yeah.
For that finish.
After a brutal Doomsday device too.
Yeah. So her high heel shoe is still out there too. It's kind of weird in the corner. Well, not anymore. Some girl's grabbing him. But yeah, that was a weird. The final like 2 minutes of that were explosive, but for all the wrong reasons. And just, yeah, that was pretty bad.
Well, at least we're moving on from that abortion. And here we are with Mean Gene. He's no doubt introducing probably somebody else here to speak to.
Yeah. Well, speaking of your game, though. Oh, you can talk to Cactus Jack and Max Payne after Starrcade. Cool. Yeah. I want to talk to the 2 guys in pajamas. Fabulous.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was tempted to buy an arcade, like a miniature tabletop arcade thing. I guess kind of what you got, but just Pac-Man.
Is that the one at Walmart they have?
Yeah.
So
I don't trust it because $200 Walmart.
Well, here's the thing, Bob. Those things are pretty small.
That's what they
like
looked
for a guy your size. Yeah. You'd have to probably sit in a chair and play that.
Yeah,
there's no way you're standing up to play that. Yeah,
no, yeah, that's what I thought.
They are super cool though, and the artwork's really cool. That's kind of where my idea stemmed from because I was looking at those as well, but I'm thinking I'm going to pay $200 for 4 games.
Right, and then you pay $1,000 for 10,000. Your value is through the roof.
Not only that, I get to customize all the artwork on the arcade.
Right.
So it's definitely worth it. So I pulled the trigger.
Speaking of worth it, hopefully this match makes this whole experience worth it. It's WCW World Champion Vader taking on Ric Flair. The champion coming out first, so that's usually never a good sign for retaining.
Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see here. Hopefully. Because this one's got to go. Well, let's see. Let's get another time check.
This has got to go at least 20.
Yeah, it's going to. So we're at 2:14, 29:30, 31:32, and that's out of 2:48. Yeah.
Yeah. So we're looking at 25 minutes.
25 minutes. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't tell you what happened to me yesterday.
Oh boy.
And I'm sure I'll mention this on our regular IcoPod series. But oh my God, I almost just destroyed my life. Yesterday, I was trying to get something to mirror my computer screen to my television.
Okay.
And I was like, I had talked to you about it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. And I went and got an Apple TV.
Oh, so you did buy that. Okay.
Well, yeah, I did. So I go, Ric Flair's wearing his trademark purple. So that's usually a good sign. So I go to Target and I get the Apple TV. And I go, is this the 159 one? And she's like, yeah. I was like, cool. Like, I'll give it a shot. Go up to the register. It's $194.
Oof.
So I'm like, motherfucker, that's the 179. But I'm not gonna bitch about it. We'll just go. I put on my credit card anyway. So I just peace out, right?
Yeah.
So I come home and I try to sync it up to my computer, the one I'm using right now, the one that I bought 4 years ago.
Yeah.
It just does not sync up to it. So I'm like pissed. About an hour trying to figure this out. I actually called Apple customer service to be like, what's going on? They're like, well, what operating system do you have? And then I explained to them and they're like, oh, you're probably going to have to download High Sierra or whatever. And we suggest that you back up your computer. And I'm like, this is not worth it. I am not going to download a new operating system,
right?
Which will take forever. And the last time I did that, like it almost crashed my computer and I had to like reset everything. It was a headache and a half.
Send it back to the old operating system.
Yeah. Like I had to undo it.
Right.
And so I was like, this is just not worth my time. So I literally wasted an hour and a half. I go back to Target, return it, like no problem, whatever. And then I go to Walmart and I was talking to one of the workers there. And I was like, this is what I want to do, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, well, a Chromecast can do that. And I was like, how much is that? Oh, like $35.
Dude.
Like,
yeah.
Right. So I bought it, right? And I come home and it works instantly. It's the easiest thing in the world to do.
Yeah.
Easiest thing in the world. You just plug it into your computer. I mean, I wanted it to just my whole desktop, but with that you have to have Chrome open and then it will come off that page.
Oh, okay.
Or whatever. But that's fine because the stuff that I have like externals or whatever, I can put on my Google Drive.
Yeah.
On Chrome and still do it that way. There's a step in there that I have to do or whatever, but that's fine. I literally sat down and I was like, an item that cost $179 did not work, was a pain in my ass. And an item that was $35 was effectively done a snap of a finger.
I like our Chromecast. I think our Chromecast is more responsive than the fucking Roku is.
Sure.
I love the Chromecast. You literally can stream anything you want on the Chromecast. Another fun fact, the Chromecast is the only thing that you can stream New Japan World through as well.
Oh, interesting. I didn't know that.
So 10 out of 10 for the Chromecast. Super easy to set up. So good. And I've never really had an issue with it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was even less than 35. I think it was like $30.
Probably.
For the Chromecast. And I was like, this is just, why did I try to do Apple TV? It was so stupid. I was getting so frustrated with that Apple TV. Largely because I spent almost $200 on it and it would not work.
Yeah. No, yeah. I swear by the Chromecast. Like I said, I like it more personally than the Roku. I think it's more responsive, quicker, Yeah,
it probably is quicker. I mean, I haven't had a problem with the Roku, especially since after I fixed my internet. I haven't had no problems with the Roku.
Right. We have both, but again, yeah, I definitely prefer the Chromecast.
I have so many now. I have the Roku, I have the Chromecast, obviously, and then on my TV here, it's a smart TV, so you can just do whatever you want on that.
Right.
In fact, I have YouTube TV and I just watch it through my television. I put my Roku in my room. So I have cable in every room now. So
yeah.
it's pretty cool. But yeah, that was just so frustrating.
Wow.
Just fucking deal with that.
I know you were talking about Apple TV, but I'm surprised you pulled the trigger on that.
I tried.
Yeah.
And then because I think it would have worked on my newer one.
Oh, well, sure, but that doesn't have all the stuff you need on it.
Right. Well, and that one I want to that's like that's my writing one.
Yes.
That's the one where I would be on my couch writing stuff while watching stuff on this computer.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's just like it would be rendered useless to me.
Right.
I'm assuming Ric Flair is afraid of Vader. He ran around the ring there.
Yes.
Petrified. What a coward.
Well, they were taunting each other a minute ago, and I think Flair got a cheap shot in.
He's afraid. He's afraid of a guy in a mask. That isn't even a mask because you can still see his face.
He's spooky.
Yeah, spooky.
He's named after Darth Vader, dude.
Is that really what he's named after?
I don't know. No, I made that up.
Well, why you gotta lie, dude? It's freaking rude.
Vader is laying his punches in, like usual, right to the eardrum.
Gotta love it.
You know what's sitting in my cupboard right now that I could really go for? Captain fucking Crunch.
That is such a good cereal.
Yeah. 10 out of 10.
That is, yeah. That's a solid. I could get behind that.
I like it more than Peanut Butter Crunch.
Peanut Butter Crunch is just, no, I would never, I've never had that and I would never purchase it.
I know people who are like, that's the only kind I like.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no way. Not me. Captain Crunch with berries for sure.
Yes, for sure. They also have Oops All Berries.
Yep. But I haven't gotten that one before because I feel like I'm getting greedy if I'm just getting all berries.
Yeah, well, you need the mixture because then you don't appreciate the berries as much.
Exactly. That's like getting Lucky Charms, just marshmallows.
Yeah, right.
Like you need to have the actual cereal too.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a pretty slow start here. Flair's just kind of rolling to the floor each time.
It seems like he's kind of avoiding Vader.
Where's Fifi?
Well, Flair's back with his wife, so Fifi's not allowed to be out. Right,
that makes sense. You know, you can't be with your mistress and your wife on the same show.
Right. Yeah.
That does explain it.
Vader's definitely opening his hands up a little bit here with Flair.
You think he's working light?
I think he might be.
Interesting. Because usually he just goes.
He blasts them usually.
Yeah. Do you think Flair was like, "Yo, dude, easy it up there, brother"?
I don't know.
Remember, I'm the booker, so
yeah, I don't know.
Here we go. Press slam.
Got him right up, no problem.
He's like not even struggling at all.
No.
He could probably hold him there for 20 minutes.
And Flair takes his side bump per usual.
Yeah, what is up with that? He can't do I know because of the broken back, but it's all mental that he can't take a straight back bump, right?
I think so, yeah. I think so. Although he does have like that weird protruding bulge on the one side of his back.
He does, yeah.
So I don't know.
Is it the left side?
It's
right side.
I think it's the right side.
Yeah.
So that might play a part into it, but I'm not totally sure.
Vader just dropped Flair throat first over the railing and is now asking everybody who is the man. If they were smart, they would probably say Vader is. Or Sid.
Yeah. That's who I'd say.
Vader just missed the splash. He hit the railing. Here comes some chops. I don't think Flair's easing up, though. This might piss off Vader.
No, he's definitely laying his shit in.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Vader just went face first into the ring post.
The mask has got to be coming off any minute here.
I was just thinking that. Here comes Harley Race.
Oh, there you go. 10 years in the making.
Yeah, getting his revenge from Starrcade 83. I might have done the job 10 years ago, but by God, I'm going over tonight as the manager. All right. I'm surprised the mask is still on because the match with Cactus Jack, that was off during the ring introduction.
Yeah, minutes into the match. Not even a minute into the match.
Yeah.
Although in the beginning here, as Vader was coming out, I did see Harley tightening and retying the mask. So maybe they're trying to keep it on for this one. I don't know.
There's no way. I don't think I've ever seen a Vader match where he kept the mask on.
Yeah, it's not very common at all.
Because I think it's like super uncomfortable.
Well, probably. I'm sure it is. You're wearing a fucking jock strap on your face.
Yeah.
Oh, he's pulling at it. He's pulling at it. Oh,
he's tugging on it because it's just probably it probably feels like it's coming off.
He fixed it. It looked like
he's done quite a few slams for this match.
Yes, he has,
especially from the apron, probably to tie into the back injury type of stuff.
Sure.
And yeah, his hands are definitely flying open.
Yes, for sure. Flying open and high.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. Oh, did I? Was I FaceTime you when the kids were like talking to me through my window?
Yes, during WrestleMania, that was hilarious.
That was bizarre.
Flair
I scared them by opening up my shades, and they screamed.
Yeah,
it was so great.
Did they come back later or no?
Yeah, they were like, well, yeah. Like I scared them, and they came back, and like we weren't scared because my windows were open.
Yeah,
and then they were like, "Oh, do you like Fortnite?" And that's when I just stopped interacting with them.
That's what's wrong with the world.
Yeah. Do you like Fortnite? Yeah, I bet you do. Yeah, so cool.
Oh, big clothesline from Vader there.
You know,
no, we're not nerds. We watch wrestling from 1993, you little bitches.
Yeah. We know what real entertainment is. And by God, it's Starrcade 93 from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yeah.
If I ever have kids and they can't fall asleep, I'm putting on that tag match between the Nasty Boys and Sting and Hawk.
And you'll be sleeping quicker than they are.
Yeah. I will be asleep, and they will be just ransacking the house.
Yeah.
And my wife will come home and, did you watch? We watched Starrcade 93.
Did you put it on again? You put it on again?
Yeah, stop watching that. It'll be that, or were you watching Dino Bravo matches again? Bob, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, babe. Clubbing away here. This is the definition of a brawl and also just a squash at this point for Vader.
Yeah, pretty much. Which means Flair's going to probably end up going over.
Probably. It's Charlotte. It's the underdog story. And I mean, this isn't really spoilers. If this is the career match for Ric Flair, I'm pretty sure that he continued to wrestle for the following 25 years.
Yeah.
So, and that's not even an exaggeration. Or wait, yes, it is an exaggeration. For the next, 15? Right? 93, 2003, 2008. Yeah. So 15. Well, 2010, because he wrestled in TNA too.
Yeah, right.
So
regardless,
wasn't far off. Well, here we go. Vader's coming off the middle rope, probably going to snap his leg.
Hitting a big boot.
Yep. And oh no, he missed a big splash. This is what we call the heat segment for Flair. I think Flair's bleeding from the mouth. He's going to the top. And yep, that is the second pay-per-view in a row that he's hit the top rope axe handle.
Yeah.
That is bizarre. Well, the second one.
Oh.
So he technically hit it 2 times in a row. The second one was just nowhere near Vader. He just hit it a 3rd time in a row. This has never happened.
Interesting.
What in the world?
Knee drop. Vader's pissed.
I am still dumbfounded that he hit the top rope move 3 times.
Yeah. I like how Vader just clotheslines him down like, yeah, fuck you. Like, he doesn't care. He just throws a clothesline and you're done.
You had your fun, Rick, okay?
Yeah.
Knock it off.
Setting him up here for something. Let's see.
Rick is over his shoulder, and you can just look at Rick. He's like, oh my God, this is a regret.
Yeah.
This is not going to be fun.
He's getting in some gut punches.
Well, his hands look like they were closed that time. Maybe he's getting fed up with this whole.
He's like, I don't work this long usually, so we got to wrap
may-
this shit up.
Maybe he was looking like he remembered the booking sheet. And he was like, "Oh, wait a minute, brother. I'm not going over."
I better get my shit in.
Superplex. Vader's working this match like he's Ricky Steamboat, I feel like.
Yeah, definitely.
With the superplexes, and it's a weird. He's not really doing his power stuff.
No.
I mean, like the press slam, I guess, and stuff like that. But
Yeah, but even still, I mean, it's not a typical. It's definitely a Flair match.
yeah, what a
Over
sell!
a Vader match.
Would that be qualified as a oversell for a knee for a elbow drop to the?
Yes, I would say so.
Vader just missed a standing big splash. Although I don't really think Flair moved entirely out of the way. But he was supposed to. And
Oh,
clobbered him down.
this hits a clothesline again.
I feel like Flair was preparing for a splash there that never happened.
Yes, he was definitely tucking his arms into his sides.
Yeah.
And then no dice.
He just got tossed to the floor. Probably for Mr. Harley Race to have some fun.
Absolutely.
Oh, come on, Flair. Yeah, how's my boot taste? Yeah, delicious, I bet, you son of a bitch. Yeah, you better eat it. Eat my
Even though I
fucking
look like John C. Reilly in Step Brothers,
It's a good movie. It's a good character, too.
doesn't mean I can't beat your ass. Oh, he's standing on him with his, both feet in his throat.
You know, fun fact, I've never seen Harley Race, Ric Flair, Starrcade 83.
Really?
I've never watched it.
I am a somewhat of a Harley Race fan.
What else is even on Starrcade 83?
They also have I believe, the dog collar match
Yeah, that definitely does. Piper and Valentine.
with Piper and Valentine, which is pretty decent match. One of the better dog collar matches, for sure.
Yeah, isn't it like considered one like the best one?
I don't. Probably. Yeah, it's definitely, like I said, definitely one of the best.
Memorable.
Yes, definitely one of the first memorable. I mean, shit, it's 83, man.
Yeah.
That might have been the first dog collar match on a major show like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that was really good. The Flair match is okay.
Looking at this, I'm looking at the card right now. Those are the only two matches
Yeah.
that would even catch my interest.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, there's a featured tag match.
Yeah, but like Steamboat and some other guy against like the Briscoes or something like that.
Yeah.
Not Mark and Jay people.
Right. No, yeah.
Jack and Jerry. It was Steamboat and Jay Youngblood.
Yeah, so Chief J Strongbow.
Yeah.
What's
Starrcade 84? Is that anything good? Flair and Dusty go 12 minutes.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah. That's the Flair and the Dusty.
Tully Blanchard and Ricky Steamboat. Flair is just firing away. He just chopped him right in the face.
Well, you know they're probably not pulling punches at this point.
Probably not. Starrcade 85. Flair Dusty 2. Oh, this is in two different areas.
Wait a second. Jay Youngblood isn't.
Who did you say it was?
I thought it was Chief J Strongbow.
No, I don't think so.
They're two different guys?
I think so.
Yeah, they are two different guys. Jay Youngblood's just another like rip-off Native American guy.
Yeah, kind of like Charlie Norris.
Yeah.
Flair just whacked Vader with a non-folding plastic chair right on the knee. Oh, Vader's mask is off, so that's good. And it looks like he's busted open too a little bit on the forehead and maybe cheek. Flair's just pummeling him with the right hands. Harley Race is just like, what do I do? Starrcade 86 looks like it's a pretty strong card. I should probably watch some of these shows.
Oh, that's right. Chief J. Strongbow was an Italian.
Oh.
Luke Scarpa.
He's a fake guy too.
Yeah.
Where is it that late?
Wahoo McDaniel, I think, is a shoot Native American though.
I don't know. I don't trust any of these people because I used to think Yokozuna was actually Japanese, and he's not. So I have nothing to say when it comes to that. Am I losing? It had to have been 85 then. Okay, there.
Was 86 the Skywalker scaffold match?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I was looking for the year that Magnum and Tully had their I Quit cage match, which was 85, and I think the first time I didn't see it was because it's in two different locations. It's in Greensboro and
what's the main event for 85?
Probably, Dusty Flair.
Mm.
The second time it's in
I
the
don't think I've ever seen 85.
Well, I wonder.
Flair just bit Vader's forehead and spit it, by the way.
Was it Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
4 years early. I wonder, like, when you're watching Starrcade 85, if it goes from Greensboro to the Omni, or no, it actually tells you right here. So the match order is weird. So like the first match is in Greensboro, the second match is in the Omni, third and fourth is at Greensboro, fifth and sixth is at the Omni. So the main event of that is Dusty Flair from the Omni.
Okay. All right.
The co-main is Rock and Roll Express against Ivan Koloff and Nikita Koloff in a cage. Huh.
And then I want to say one of the first Great American Bashes is the one where it's outdoors where Flair lands the helicopter, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's what they just ripped off at WrestleMania with Charlotte's entrance.
Yes, they did.
But yeah, some of the
I really need to watch some of these mid '80s stuff.
Yeah, most of the early Starrcade stuff is pretty hit or miss, though.
Is it really?
Yeah. In my opinion, anyway.
All right, so Vader just missed a middle rope splash. Flair has locked in the figure 4. There's no way he's going to win this by submission.
No, absolutely not.
Harley Race is on the bottom rope.
Throwing a fit.
Just ruining the hard cam side of this.
Oh, yeah. Right in the shot.
Harley thinks he's going to get in the ring. Randy Anderson's like, you better get the fuck out of here. And he's like, all right, you're right. Let me go to this side.
And he's going around to where Flair is closer.
Yeah. And he's telling the ref that Vader reached the ropes. It looks like that right there is probably the biggest reaction that we've seen.
Yes.
From a WCW match in at least 3 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And probably the biggest one of the year. Like they all wanted that to be the finish.
Vader gets a boot up as Flair was charging him in the corner. So basically what we just saw there was a Harley Race distraction job to give Vader enough time to crawl over the ropes.
Another elbow to the lower midsection that time.
Right into his solar plexus.
Oh my God. He is he is just delivering stiff. Those are stiff forearms.
Yeah, that's some shoot MMA elbows raining down on Ric Flair.
Flair's head hit the mat 3 times. If that is not the definition of a concussion, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like Vader is going to go for a
moonsault.
Moonsault here. Yeah. There's no way Flair takes this.
No way he hits it. No way.
Flair's already moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gone. People are like kind of shocked that Vader missed that. And Flair going for a cover.
Harley's going up to the top rope and comes down with a headbutt onto Vader. Shit. Yeah. Is the ref going? Oh, ref shoves, throws Harley Race out to the entrance ramp.
Randy Anderson's a great tag team partner, I'll tell you.
Throws Harley Race. Flair's
You
lighting up
motherfucker. You
Vader.
don't give me forearm shots. Here's a bunch of chops. Oh, all right. Well,
Vader's mask is finally off.
It's been off for a little while now.
Yeah. So that's good. Oh, Flair trips him and gets the very cheap 3-count victory. Not a fan of that finish.
Wow.
Flair wins the WCW Heavyweight Championship.
The crowd is going ape shit right now.
Yeah, they just popped huge because
like literally. We're not being sarcastic. They are literally, this is the biggest pop that WCW's had, bar none.
they've been waiting to see that for quite a while now.
This is probably bigger than any pop that WWF has had for 93.
Yeah, could definitely be.
I don't think anything even comes close to this.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head. But you got to think, Flair just kept his career in Charlotte, North Carolina, won the WCW Heavyweight Championship in the main event of Starrcade 10-year anniversary, and again put Harley Race to the back burner.
Yeah, and in defeating a dominant WCW World Champion too. Really,
yeah,
Vader.
for sure.
That is, but they went nuts. You would have thought that was a high impact finish. It's a freaking trip and a roll up.
Yeah, it really wasn't. It was very lackluster.
But what else can you do? Because you're not going to have Vader tap.
I would have had more miscommunication between him and Harley, though. Instead of maybe having the headbutt spot, have him either run into Harley for a roll up or do something with Harley Race. Have Harley come in with the belt behind the ref's back, accidentally nail Vader and give Flair the victory, something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Kind of a weird celebration too, because Flair just got the belt and he just walked out.
Yeah, it was real quick. Held up the belt, left.
There must be something going on backstage or something.
So we're getting some replays here, some of the impactful moments.
But like literally this right here, a leg takedown. He doesn't even have his full body weight on Vader until the count of 2.
Right.
And Vader loses to that.
Yeah, the crowd did go nuts, though. They popped right up.
I mean, they went insane.
People are jumping out of their seats.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it just shows you where Flair was that over in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Sure.
I mean, there's people still going nuts. They're emptying out pretty quick, though.
Yeah, they are.
They have a bunch of people have confetti in their hair.
Yeah.
Either that or Charlotte has a dandruff problem, but I'm assuming it's the confetti.
So they even gave him the confetti job for him enough to, again, hold up the belt and walk backstage. So, all in all, I think with that, say the main event, again, not saying much, was probably the best match on the card.
Yeah.
Entertainment-wise.
It was. I know that we were talking a lot about other Starrcades and whatever else, but yeah, I would say that was a good match.
But again, kind of going back to before we even hit play on this one, for me, this Starrcade really isn't monumental.
No.
Flair getting the big victory, sure, that's great, but there's so many other Starrcade matches that come to my mind first. Oh, cutting back into the arena here, we got Vader screaming at Harley Race in the backstage area.
The Nasty Boys or at least one of them, Brian Knobs, is just sitting in the background like, okay. Vader is destroying
pulling lockers off the walls. Camera equipment and lights are falling and breaking.
The locker room has a bunch of like plastic over it, so I'm assuming it's like somebody won the World Series. They're about to break champagne open. Seems like a bit of an overreaction for this, I think.
Yeah.
Doing that. It was kind of funny though. Brian Knobs just sitting down like, okay, not getting that guy's way.
See what else happens here.
Oh, Flair's back into the arena.
Oh, he's back out on the ramp, thanking the fans.
Someone must have told him that Vader was still in the locker room being.
Yeah, dude, you can't go back there. He's looking to fucking rip your head off right now.
Yeah.
Flair, no real color other than some in his mouth a little bit. I'm surprised we didn't get a full pink hair day for Ric Flair like usual. And we're back to the commentary table here with Tony and Jesse, probably recapping the show.
Oh, the family's here. So why did he say goodbye to them if they were just going to be there anyway?
That's stupid.
Oh, there's a daughter. That's not Charlotte. There's another one. I don't know who that is.
Yeah,
David Flair is just like, why am I? His face always that red?
Maybe he's got rosacea.
Well, maybe.
It's pretty funny too the way they had everything lined up because remember he said goodbye. He drove to the arena. Why didn't his family just come with him to the arena?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Very weird.
Maybe his family doesn't like him. He's crying. Why is he crying?
He's an actor.
He had to have known that he was winning the belt. He probably booked himself to win it. Why is he crying?
So
now Mean Gene's hitting on his wife. That's nice, dude. He's right in the same room.
So who is the girl in the back?
I have no idea. The wife there is playing with Charlotte's hair, though.
That's got to be little Charlotte, right?
That has got to be little Charlotte. For sure. David Flair just made a look of like, what's going on? Now Rick is kissing Reed.
He's like,
oh, here comes Sting. What the Sting? Sting stealing the moment here?
Sting's like, yeah, I'm here with my family backstage. Rick, can you stop kissing my son? This is my stage family, okay? Back up.
Sting should be saying like, yeah, it was a tough victory for me over Vader. It's great to be WCW World Champion again. I definitely did not fight the Nasty Boys for 29 minutes.
Flair, you had a great match, tag team match with Cactus Jack out there. Great job tonight. Not all of us can be main eventers, huh, champ? Okay, then. You have a good day. Oh, Gene's calling somebody else in here.
Who's that? Oh, it's Ricky Steamboat, who looks like he just got done playing tennis.
As he has basically a suit and sweater vest on. Oh, it's actually a full sweater.
Yeah, it's a full sweater.
Interesting. Yeah, you wouldn't even have thought he wrestled on this pay-per-view.
No.
Okay.
He is awkwardly holding Flair's hand the entire time they're talking.
The whole time he's talking to him here. Oh,
isn't that something you don't do?
And he's
okay, so Sting and Steamboat have came in. Reed looks not interested at all. His dad is sweating, bleeding from the mouth. Who has kissed him, by the way, so.
I like how he's kind of secluded Reed and all the other family.
Just spit on the ground.
And all the other family is over by themselves off camera.
Yeah. Clearly Reed is the favorite.
Yeah.
David Flair is to the left like, damn, I wish I was Reed.
My dad doesn't fucking love me.
I'll show him. I'll become a wrestler in 6 years.
It's probably because I have black hair. What a dick.
Oh, that's it.
Bill Shaw and Bob Dew. Producer Tony Schiavone.
Neil Pruitt. He wrote a good book I've yet to read. He was an associate producer for this. I need to read that book. What is it? Secrets of Nitro or something like that.
I'm sick of hearing about the Nitro book, though. I'll tell you that.
Well, I'll tell you this. Okay, I pre-ordered that book 6 months before it came out. People who ordered it a week before got it before I got my copy.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Like, what?
Was it good?
I haven't even read it yet.
Oh.
I hope it's good. I haven't even skimmed through it yet. There's so many books that I have that I haven't even opened them yet.
Right.
Because that's what I do. I like to buy things and then proceed not to open them. The Hardy Boys just won the SmackDown tag titles.
Oh, God. Executive producer Eric Bischoff. Super Brawl 4 coming
February
up.
20th. Got to love it.
And that is a wrap on Starrcade 19 and 93. Overall, I would probably...
No, we are not watching Starrcade 94. Okay, I was joking.
Probably never put this Starrcade on again.
Oh my God.
Realistically.
Well, yeah, my WWE network is wanting me to watch Starrcade 94. And
we must have to.
I am not torturing myself for that. Not right now. Down the road, we'll have to watch that, but
we'll
I'm watching it right now.
We'll get to it.
Yeah, for sure. This was not a Starrcade show. Did not feel like the biggest show of the year.
No.
Halloween Havoc felt like a bigger show than this.
Absolutely. Although, if you were to throw the Vader Flair match on that card, whew, now we're talking.
Yeah. Pretty lackluster. Hopefully, again, I really hope nobody's actually watching the show. They just listen to us talk about the show and how shitty it was.
No, let's talk about half the show.
Well, yeah. But yeah, that was a bummer. I mean, it's only enjoyable. It's only enjoyable because I was able to talk to you about it.
Oh, well, thank you. And hopefully you guys got enjoyment out of some of our banter there. These live watches, it's not like we're going to go through and, call move for move and do it, by the book. It's a chance for us to hang out and watch wrestling with you guys, whether you're watching the same wrestling we are or not. Just kind of freestyle, loosey-goosey sort of deal. So, especially with this pay-per-view where the action inside the ring really kind of left a lot to be desired. That's kind of why we, filled in the gaps, so to speak, with a little bit of random BS in our lives. And hopefully you didn't mind that too much.
Yeah, because we're not going to do play-by-play.
No, there's no way.
Especially if when we eventually do live watches for IcoPod, it's going to be probably pretty similar to this. It's not going to be us commentating on various Nitro or Raw matches, and
right.
We'll probably have to do brief descriptions of the promos, especially if we listen to it on mute or watch it on mute, I should say. Although I might put a little bit of volume on, especially if I'm going to watch them on my computer. But
and maybe we might even be able to plug in the promos into the audio or something like that.
I would have to figure that out.
Well, then never mind, guys. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, and that would take a lot of editing. No question.
You got nothing better to do.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it. So, like I was just mentioning, though, I wanted to check out maybe some of these earlier Great American Bashes. They only have from 88 onwards. They don't even have like 85, 86, 87.
Interesting.
What kind of BS is that?
Isn't the Bash 88 a pretty solid show?
Bash 89, I think, I'm pretty sure it's Bash 89. Because that is the I Quit match with Terry. Or no, I'm sorry. That's the I Quit match is on Clash.
Oh.
But yeah, that has, there's a War Games match. There's Sting against Muda.
Oh, yes.
I think this has Luger Steamboat.
That's 89?
I think so.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it is 89, but I think that's the match that's on it. So Great American Bash 89, I'm pretty sure it's considered one of the greater ones.
Okay.
Starrcades, though, right? They would have to have all those ones on there, right? 83 and onward.
I would think so. Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah, they do. That's weird. They have those ones, but then they don't have Great American Bash from 85 on. Just 88. Huh.
What's like an earlier
That's so weird
Bash main event? They even have Great American Bash before 88?
Yeah, they had like 85 and stuff. Maybe they weren't filmed.
I don't even know.
Because I was looking up the cards for them, and maybe they were not.
I'm sure they were filmed, but maybe that's just film that they haven't gone through yet. That doesn't make sense, though. Why wouldn't you?
I think they would have done that.
Yeah.
So, hang on a minute. Let me go to 80. So, what did I say? They have it up from 88 onwards, right? So, let me go to 87. Okay, so this had with. So the 87 Bash is the first use of War Games, the match beyond, which I know that's like in Hidden Gems, I think.
Oh.
This was also the final wrestling event of National Wrestling Alliance's JCP and aired live on closed circuit television as Jim Crockett Promotions began airing their wrestling events live on pay-per-view, starting with Starrcade 87. So that explains it. They were closed circuit television.
Prior to pay-per-view.
Right. So that means it was still filmed,
Interesting.
but it's not on the network.
So they haven't probably cured that film
Right.
quite yet.
But I know,
Interesting.
I know when they did like a War Games hidden gem thing for when NXT did it, they included the first War Games. So you can definitely see the first War Games. I know that.
Really weird.
Oh my God. This also in 87 took place in it was over 3 days. That's probably why this is so convoluted. There was one on July 4th, July 18th, and July 31st.
Those are all Great American Bashes?
Yeah. It was like part of a series of them.
Interesting. Yeah, that sounds like quite a lot to cipher through.
Yeah, this makes sense as to why they probably have not put them up yet.
I was going to say, because I couldn't think of any Bash stuff before 88. Like, I would have no idea what's on those shows.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything. I don't know what's on them either.
Right.
As I'm looking at it. Yeah, I don't know. That's nuts.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So, pretty disappointing Starrcade 93 for the most part. Luckily, as we go into 94, I think it's probably going to be the best year for WCW pay-per-views, similar to WWF. I think 94 for us is going to be
much better.
Pay-per-view wise, pretty solid. So that'll be fun. I believe the next live watch that we'll be doing will be we'll be sitting down in a few weeks to do that. After we do WrestleMania 10, at the very least.
Yeah.
That series will be WrestleFest 94 Coliseum video release, which conveniently was released after WrestleMania 10 anyway. So we'll be kind of maintaining that timeline. And then
it'll be nice to jump back to the Coliseum videos. It's been, a little bit since we've done one of those. And who knows, maybe we can find somebody to possibly watch it with us.
I know Dallas has done one with us already.
Yeah.
Which was Beach Blast, I think, 93. But he might like a Coliseum video.
Yeah.
And we could get him on Google Hangouts too, that way that we can all hear each other.
Or, if you guys, since your friends decide to fucking hang out one day.
Yeah, I know. But if he has his own microphone.
Well, yeah.
At the comfort of his own home, he might be more
inclined to do it. Sure.
Yeah. Plus, I mean, he's watching WCW 2000 stuff right now. So.
Right.
What else is what is much worse than that?
Sure.
Not a lot. So.
Well, it's either that or who else is going to jump on?
Katie.
Yeah. So we better find a way to talk Dallas into doing it.
No, we should get Kaylee to do it, his girlfriend. That'd be great.
Oh my gosh. Could you imagine?
She loves wrestling.
Oof.
It's fabulous.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll keep that under wraps. We'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah.
And we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah, or if any of our listeners want to pop on, because we had Joe Fortune on.
Yep, Joe Fortune. It would be nice to get one of our listeners on. That would be pretty cool. And it would be pretty doable since WrestleFest, I believe, is on the network, correct?
It is not.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Google Drive you a copy of it. So if anybody wanted to do it, just make sure you have a Google Drive so I could pass it along to you.
Interesting.
I already have it loaded on there, so it's not a major inconvenience. So it's in your Google Drive.
Okay. All right.
For you to eventually, when we get to it.
Cool.
Or to share it with you. So
cool.
But yeah, I think that should wrap up bonus episode. What number is this again? 12?
12.
Yeah, I forgot already. That Nasty Boys tag match really messed with my brain.
Yeah, that kind of sucked all the energy out of us, just like Brian Knobbs' gaping asshole probably sucks in all the farts that he has. So.
Oh boy, that's a great thing to end on.
Yeah. So
good Lord,
we'll just let that suck this episode right into obscurity. How about that, Bob?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. All right, so for Austin Skinner, I'm Bob Conley Jr., and this has been another fabulous bonus episode edition of IcoPod.
You gotta hear it. Bye.